On tonight's episode, everyone's discussing if one gorilla could beat 100 men in a fight. We put that debate to rest. Next, we talk about the movie Training Day, another one of these gangster movies from Colin. And we finish up the show talking about our top 5 superpowers. Some of them are definitely better than others. You be the judge. All that and more tonight on the Lazy Dogcast. Welcome everybody to episode 9 of the Lazy Dog Cast.
Lazy Dog.
My name's Dave. This is Colin. That's Matt, and we're got a good show for you guys lined up.
Howdy doody
tonight.
Howdy dandy.
You guys missed a doozy before we started this podcast.
Yeah, that's getting cut. These guys think they're hilarious.
That was fun. That was a good one.
They're just cracking up over here.
That was good. For all you day oneers out there, you'll see it one day.
Yeah, be in the vault. Put it in the vault.
Exactly.
What we got lined up today?
So one of the things going around right now, this is going to be 3 weeks after the fact, but one thing that's going on right now is the viral tweet that the guy said, how many, 100 humans,
versus
adult men versus a gorilla.
Who
wins? It took the internet by storm. Everyone's giving their opinion.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think that one's good. That's too many men. That's way too easy.
Yeah. I mean, I think you just wear it out. I think that's the key.
Oh, you guys think the men win?
Yeah.
In this?
Oh, for sure.
What?
You think the gorilla wins?
1,000%.
The 100 men?
Wow.
What are we talking about?
Okay, well, maybe we have more to talk about than I thought.
Dude. What?
I thought we weren't talking about it just because it was old and that was easy.
Well, yeah, this is going to be after the fact, but you guys think 100 ewes can take on a gorilla?
Yeah. Dave even
Explain
Dave even
how.
thinks there's no casualties.
Now, time out. Are we where are we at? Are we in a stadium? Are we in an arena? Are we in a house? Are we in a garage?
I'm going to say if you put him on a basketball size court.
A basketball court. Okay. Yeah. Yes, dude.
Is that fine?
Dead. Everyone's dead except the gorilla.
All 100 men? I think that gorilla's going to be exhausted,
maybe
man.
100.
Who shoots first, bro?
No, I think this is what I think. I mean, if it's a big space, say it's like a, I don't know, 100 by 100 foot warehouse, right? So big, a big building.
Sure.
Like that. Yeah. I mean, you for sure, you don't charge it. You're dead. Yeah. Everybody who charges is dead. But because a gorilla is 4 to 10 times stronger than a human. Their skull, their pec muscles are 6 inches thick.
They bench press 4,000 pounds.
Yeah, they can throw. There's one he threw this rock 300-pound rock through it 30 feet, chucked it. It's insane. They're super strong.
Yeah,
but with 100 people,
fangs.
100 people, right? The strategy, obviously, you don't want to go attack it. Not even 10 on 1, 20 on 1. That's not a good idea. Humans have stamina. That's one of our benefits, right? That's they used to hunt game long time ago.
We are I was researching this for something else. Humans are the best endurance animals in the animal kingdom. I didn't know that.
They're for sure.
We're
for sure up
insane
there.
at it.
Yeah, so that's how they'd hunt big game in ancient times.
How are you going to run this thing down? How do you tire it out?
You just keep away from it. You stay away from it.
So you stand in that corner, he stands in this corner, and then nothing happens.
No, I mean there's 100 of you though. A gorilla is not going to be trained in fighting hordes of people. Again, you stay away from it. Tire it out, and then you kill it.
Tire it out. I'm saying how. If you stay away from it, he's not gonna be I'm gonna charge you guys.
Yeah, I think you just gotta just try to run by it, or just antagonize it, yell at it.
Who do you convince out of 100 people? Hey, someone's got to be the first guys to go there.
But if no one does it, then you all die. I mean,
but I don't think you go into. I'm with Dave. You circle the gorilla. Everybody's surrounding.
He grabs one person by the ankles and just uses it as a weapon the entire time.
If it's me, I got 10 teams of 10 guys, right? And I'm gonna call them whatever, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, whatever, right? And I'm saying, all right, Alpha 1. You're going in and Dave said, you're antagonizing it and you're getting in and getting out, right? I'm just running by it.
If I'm on Alpha 1, How about you get in there,
Like
big boy?
but you're not coming up and like you're not throwing punches or anything. You're just getting it to move, right?
I don't
You're getting it to
care.
move to where
You do
it's
it.
like
I'm not
It's like
doing
throwing
it.
a line in the water and getting a marlin, right? It's like you don't reel the marlin in 5 minutes. It takes like 4 or 5 hours to reel this thing in until it gets tired enough to it loses its strength.
What I'm saying is, you're not gonna get anyone to be like, yo, you know what? I'm down to be the guy who runs by
But
it.
Bro,
if you don't, you die. There's no running. It's either it dies or you die.
No one walks out.
Somebody has to. I mean, somebody's gonna have to step up.
You don't walk out.
I think you guys are overestimating human nature and your will to live. If you can not go near something and figure out like I'm just gonna come up with another strategy to how to figure this out and hide in a corner versus run around and try to tire this thing
But
out.
this is you thinking like I'm gonna go pick like a Hunger Games. Like I'm gonna volunteer 100 people. Like no, this is like I need 100 people to do this. 100 men.
Take
And
100
they're all gonna sign
convicts,
up.
Dude,
100
bro,
prisoners.
There's people who stormed the beaches of Normandy on certain death.
so the 100
and
dudes-
they stormed that beach.
The
their
100 dudes that you
country.
got are.
What I'm saying is, there are brave human beings that exist.
You don't think there's 100 dudes right now there would be 10,000
Yes,
dudes that would be
100%.
signed up on this list.
Absolutely,
To do it.
there would be.
If they
I'm not
put this
saying
on
you sign up.
Netflix
I'm
and you
not-
sign
no,
waivers,
No,
there would
Absolutely
be
would be.
100,000 guys.
no.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you
In
sign. I'm saying
Kansas alone that would sign up for this.
I'm saying you take us three guys like us and multiply us out. Like you don't get a pick. You don't get a hand pick who the bravest, strongest. It's just 100 random guys, computer engineers, firefighters, construction workers, IT guy, all those guys. You ain't gonna be able to throw them in a room that they've never talked, never seen each other, nothing, and be like, all right, guys, here's the plan. They're all gonna be like, dude, middle fingers, no sir.
No.
I disagree with
Now, if we're doing it like Squid Game style, where it's like, hey, you're here, you can't leave, you're playing this game, they're gonna you're gonna be human beings, you're gonna strategize and figure out a way out of it.
Yeah, because if
Like,
you
sure,
don't,
there's gonna
you're
be some
dead.
cowards that just
You
go
are
in a
dead.
corner.
Yeah,
But-
it's either you might die with a gorilla, or you will die over here. Like
Yeah, you don't get to leave.
yeah.
No, there's no way.
Every scenario you're throwing at me, the humans win.
How?
Because humans are resilient.
How do you end up killing it?
You tire it
out. You
And
tire
do
it
what
out.
with it?
And then
Choke
you
it out?
stomp them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
His neck is like this big around. You can't even get your arms around to choke it out.
Yeah.
You just beat the crap out of it until it's dead. when it can no longer when it's so exhausted it can't move. Yes.
Brother,
Like a marlin.
go look up gorillas fighting gorillas videos
Agreed.
and watch how insane that is.
How long do they last? How long do those videos last?
I don't care.
That's exactly. They don't have stamina for a long time. They can't maintain
Dude,
that.
I'm telling you, this fight is the minute you rush him and he nabs one guy, the fight's over and he kills everyone in 10 minutes.
No way.
No.
absolutely not.
This is
Murdered.
terrible.
Absolutely.
Dismembered,
You said some-
bleeding out.
You said some wild stuff
Absolutely
here.
not. No.
I
Never-
can't
this is the
believe you
worst.
guys are so
The
confident.
worst thing you've said ever.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah. Well, let's adjust it a little bit. Like, okay, so obviously, there's no doubt that one-on-one, man versus gorilla, even the strongest man that exists.
Right. There's no
it's
doubt
over.
100 on 1, you're still losing, right? So
No,
let's
that's-
even the odds a little bit.
That's ridiculous. No.
So,
Okay.
But let's just say one-on-one with gorilla. What does the human need to have to where he wins?
I think if you give, now are we just doing one-on-one?
One-on-one now. Yeah, one-on-one.
Because I was going to say, you give 100 humans 10 knives. Now,
Yes.
the humans win, no doubt.
That's our biggest problem is that we can't deliver that killing blow.
That's my
That's the
point.
weapon.
We are where we are on the food chain because we used our brains and just evolved better stuff over time.
Yeah.
Because we can't survive in any match hand to hand, which is why if it's hand to hand, I still think they lose. But I digress. And now we'll go with tools. One-on-one, we're doing one-on-one with a
Yes.
gorilla.
Yeah. So for the round one, you have a dagger. Like let's say like it's
You're dead. One-on-one
This big
dagger,
dagger.
you're dead.
I think I agree.
I think you have a puncher's chance, right? Like there's always the old like you dodge when he ducks and you slit his
get
throat,
him.
right?
Yeah.
But
like
99 times out of 100,
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
dead.
Out of 100, who's winning? Yeah.
Right, yeah.
okay, so like how about like a sword now? So now it's like a katana, right? It's
Are
longer.
you proficient in it?
Let's say for this,
Maybe you're a
just
baseball.
regular
You're a
guy.
baseball player. Maybe you're a high school
Yeah.
baseball player, so you can swing a sword a little bit.
In this scenario, like this is a fit This is a peak human. This is not like an overweight slob. Like this is like a fitness. You know,
He's a CrossFitter. He's
like,
proven himself in the CrossFit games.
He's like 6'3".
He can do 30
he's
weird
250.
pull-ups.
Like, you know what I
in a
mean?
row.
Like, yeah, the hip, the kips.
6'3", 250.
Yeah.
What does his glutes look like? No? Okay.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, it's
A sword? I like my chances. With the
All right,
sword.
let me ask you
because you
this.
have that
I'd say it's 50-50.
50-50.
You go from 99 out of 100 to 50-50 maybe.
Okay. Would you rather have a sword or a revolver? The revolver has 6 bullets in it.
I think sword. Because after
What?
six bullets, it's a paperweight.
Exactly. That's maybe the sword. I don't know. You better hit him true, and depending what kind of revolver it is, like none of us packing that kind of a punch.
Like a Desert Eagle, revolver. I still like a sword.
I got a scenario for you. How many guys with baseball bats do you think it would take? Everybody's got a baseball bat. How many men?
Ooh, I think 10 guys could do it.
10 with baseball bats?
No way.
Yeah,
Are they metal or aluminum?
Dude,
either way.
I think you're delusional.
No, I think they can do it.
Yeah.
10 dudes?
Again, where our problem is we cannot deliver the blow. But with a baseball bat,
Yeah.
like that's bringing some pretty heavy heat.
Dude, these guys are fighting each other for like when they can lift 2,000 pounds and they punch each other or something like that. You don't think that's worse than a baseball bat?
It might be, but now you have 10 baseball bats.
1,000%.
But there's
it's
10
worse.
baseball bats now.
Doesn't matter.
But again, you strategize also. Like these fights you're talking about. The gorilla is one mano y mano with a being that's not thinking like strategy. Is like I'm going crazy and trying to kill it. Like we can strategize. Like, if one's like getting in front, keeping it away. The one comes from behind, just reams it in the head with a baseball bat.
I think
Like
it's
you don't think that does damage? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's the old Mike Tyson quote. Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Yeah. Everyone's circled up, and you don't realize how agile and quick this thing is. And it nabs one dude that he was supposed to be the distraction guy, and all of a sudden he's yoked up. Everyone's like, "Oh shit!" And then he's just swinging that human being like a baseball bat, and game over.
So you just think that humans once one dude gets caught, once Gary in accounting gets caught and he gets his back broken,
they just accept
everybody
their fate.
just cowers
like,
down.
I'm gonna die now, so I'm just gonna go die.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying they accept their fate. I'm just saying things go haywire and people don't stick to the plan. Like, you know how it is when things get chaotic in a basketball game, in whatever.
Yeah.
Plans change and these people don't stick to the plan. Now Johnny's sticking to the plan and Steve isn't.
Yeah.
Now there's a gap. Guess what? There's another guy picked off. Now it's 2. Now it's 8-on-1. Then it's 7-on-1. Now it's 6-on-1. Then
I think the same humans that we've conquered everything. We've conquered everything. We've conquered the world. We've tamed the whole world and made it ours. We own it. I feel like you're saying that humans are just like when their back is against the wall, they're just gonna fold, and that's never I just don't know.
How do you know
the case.
How do you know the gorilla doesn't fold?
it's
because a gorilla's
I'm telling you,
not
the
naturally.
humans have gotten to where they're at because of their strategy, smarts, everything else.
Exactly.
Not
Yes.
in an arena with a gorilla at the time of like right now. Figure it out. No, that's not how it works, bro. It's over time. They're like, all right, we can't beat this gorilla. Their kids are like, okay, my dad was working on this. Now I'm going to think of some other technology. And before you know it, they got guns, whatever, and they figure out how to beat the gorilla. It's not just like, we're humans. Let's all go figure out how to do this right now. No, dude, you're dead.
The other thing you're missing in this though is the gorillas aren't naturally violent animals, right? They eat plants and stuff. They're territorial with their own families and packs or whatever they're called.
Any animal with their back against the wall.
But they're not a lion.
Dangerous.
They're not a
And
lion.
humans also.
Lions are natural born killers.
Yeah,
Also
but humans are bags of flesh, soft flesh, compared to a gorilla, dude.
Nah, dude.
You're
It's
of
game
course,
over.
you're of course
You
right.
didn't see me in the summer of 2015.
Dude, here, you know what? I was
Bro,
checking the game film, listening to our old episodes. I'm like, I gotta give these guys more. No, I'm pissed off again at both of you. Jeez, dude.
Do we have anything in
I can't
common
believe
anymore?
we're friends, dude.
Yeah. No, I think it's wild that you don't think a full swing to the head of the baseball bat is not gonna do any damage to a gorilla's head.
All right.
Not enough.
Now that you've lost this argument.
But you can do it's not just one. You can keep doing that. You can keep hitting it in the head.
You're not gonna get close enough, dog.
Yeah.
Why?
You're gonna get a flyer here and there that are gonna get because he's murdering everyone else in front of him, dude.
Dude, he's not going to kill you. Like, again, he's not the best strategy for the gorilla would be to not kill you. It'd be incapacitate, right? But is a gorilla going to do that? He might get a hold of somebody and just go crazy, but that's a bad strategy, right? The best thing is to make to make sure they can't hurt you first and then go on to the next one. Right? That would be the best strategy. The gorilla might not. It might be ripping somebody apart. Meanwhile, he's getting wailed on, wasting his energy, completely destroying somebody while he's getting wailed on by another 99 in the first scenario or other 10 in the second scenario. In the first scenario, 99 in the first scenario or other 9 in the second scenario.
Either way. I thought when you brought this up, I was like, no, we don't need to talk about it. We're all on the same page. Yeah. I am shocked.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, you have no faith in humanity.
I have plenty of faith in humanity. We overcome using our brains.
Agreed. Yep, in this scenario as well. Yep.
10 dudes with baseball bats ain't got a chance in hell, bro. Checkmate. There ain't no way. Ask ChatGPT. You guys love checkmate. AI. Ask ChatGPT what happens, bro.
You can't say checkmate and you win.
I just did. We win.
No, you don't win. You did say checkmate, but you don't win.
Okay.
You did say checkmate.
So
you can't triple stamp, but double stamp.
So speaking of overcoming humanity, the human race, what we can achieve, let's talk about this week's movie.
Okay, what's the movie? It's Colin's movie.
Colin
Speaking of King Kong and gorillas.
That's right. That would have been the better transition.
Yeah, dude, it was right there. You missed it.
All right, go back and edit.
All right, let's try it again. Let's try it again. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, so speaking of gorillas,
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
I think that's right. So, what was the movie this week?
It's Training Day.
Okay.
Denzel Washington.
If this doesn't get a 7 or higher, I'm walking out of this podcast.
I know right now one of the things.
Interstellar got a 7.
Yes.
Training, dude, you're gonna give it a 4, aren't you?
Maybe. No.
Yeah.
All right, let me hit you guys with some facts. Colin, check your phone. Do whatever you need to do.
Main character, Denzel Washington.
So this came out in 2001. Antoine Fuqua? I don't know how to say his last name. Anyways, he was the director of this. Have you guys seen The Equalizer?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, so this that same
1,
director.
2, and 3.
Yeah, they're really good.
He loves himself some Denzel, huh?
Oh yeah. And then the writer of this also went on later to write End of Watch, which is one we got to add.
End of Watch is pretty gangster.
End of Watch is tight. That's cool.
That's Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that Mexican dude, I can't remember.
I was gonna say the same thing, but now you're racist.
I hope he's Mexican. Otherwise, I'm in trouble on that.
He's Guatemalan, actually.
Yeah, but stars Denzel Washington, Ethan Hawke. I had forgotten that Dr. Dre was in this.
Yeah, dude. He gets punched in the face, dude.
Snoop Dogg. Paul. Hey, Paul. And then Macy Gray. I had no idea. She was, it makes total sense.
Yeah, she's the crackhead that gets robbed.
Yeah. I was like, why does this lady look so familiar?
You couldn't tell, like, the minute she started talking?
No.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know what I was thinking, man. I went back later and I felt dumb.
Close your eyes. This cop's going to shoot me.
Yeah. So then Denzel won the Academy Award for this. I forgot about that, I guess.
I mean, it's standard, dude. That's a great performance.
Sick, right? Yeah. Early 2000s, man. They picked some good movies.
What was it? 2000 what?
2001.
I don't know. It was great.
Ethan Hawke was up for Best Supporting Actor. So let's get into it. Dave, what are your thoughts? Training Day.
It's fine. These movies that Colin loves so much are a dime a dozen. They're all the same, dude. They're all the same. Oh, he's dealing drugs. Let's get him. Oh, he's crops crooked. He's dealing drugs. Get him. That's it. That's every movie. Like, every movie is the same. I don't know.
No.
Like, there's no, like, the good guy is not a good guy. He's everyone's like, who am I rooting for? I guess I don't know. It's
the rookie, dog. What do you mean?
Yeah, and that's true. He is obviously the hero.
Sorry, everything can have a wormhole in it that you go back to a bookcase and talk to your daughter with Morse code, dude.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta smoke a little PCP on the job
exactly.
and shoot someone in the chest.
That's right.
Yeah. Hey, it's all about the smiles and laughs. Or smiles and cries.
Smiles and cries, dude.
Smiles and cries.
You didn't.
No, it was fine. I was entertained the whole time.
Life's a trip, you know. when they're gonna shoot him in the bathtub, bro.
Yeah, but then he like saved his. Like,
Yeah.
just happened to save his cousin.
Did you?
Smiley.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, here's a fun fact. You like fun facts about movies?
I do.
The bald guy in that area, Hector.
Yeah.
His name is Hector.
Yep.
And he plays Hector every role. He's like a gangster, like a Mexican gangster
Yep.
guy.
Yeah.
He's always Hector.
He's
Yeah.
in Fast and
Like
Furious.
it's got to be like in his contract. Like, you call me my character is Hector.
yeah. He's typecast.
Yeah.
But it works for him.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was.
I thought you were
good.
I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna like it because it's you don't like to be uncomfortable, and like there's like it's like a tense movie.
It's
Right?
tense. Yeah.
It's like the whole movie.
I
tense,
just.
uncomfortable, puts you in a headspace.
I don't know. I just feel like I knew it was gonna happen. It was like, I don't know.
You
like,
did?
He's gonna get his comeuppance at the end. Denzel Washington is. Sure enough, he does. The Russians kill him.
All right. Well, that's like
I don't know.
most movies, dude.
Yeah.
You know who the protagonist and the antagonist are pretty quick, and then that plays out. Like you could say
That's
that
true.
about everything.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like this is almost exactly the same as American Gangster.
Wow.
I feel like it's. I mean, like The Departed. Like all these crime gang movies are like about the same. I don't know.
Man, after rewatching it made me like it more.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was so into it, and because I hadn't seen it in
When I
15 years
rewatched
or
it, I
something?
was like, I love this movie. I rewatched. I was like, yeah, I'm right. This movie.
it holds up. It's
What do you
still
love
really
about
good
it?
today.
What do you love about it?
This dude, the performances
The
in
battle
it.
between
Sure, yes.
the battle between good and evil. Like he's clearly a good guy, and he thinks this other guy's a good guy, but he's doing bad. Like, bro, if I'm in that situation, I'm going 10 toes down. Like, give me this smoking the PC. I'm doing
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like, I find myself like, dude, yeah, when they're like, hey, the rookie shot him. I'm like, hell yeah, I shot his ass. Like, let's get it, dude.
Around those dudes.
Give me that 250.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
Yeah.
And then I'm also like, I'm the guy that gets caught up in the internal investigation because I thought I was doing the right thing because I'm the rookie that's like, hey, this is how shit gets done. You're like, I guess this is how they collar these big dogs. Okay, this is how you got to roll. Okay.
Is that how it actually happens?
I don't know.
Me either.
That's why
Yeah.
it's fun to put yourself in the role. But
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah, I know he's gonna be okay. Like I don't know. You gotta get lost a little
He's
bit.
a good
Yeah.
guy. I
don't know.
I think the whole movie is fascinating because you're in his shoes,
Yeah.
thinking to yourself, "This is my first day." Like, I mean, picture yourself the first day of any job, right? Like, it's not as
That's true. It is all one day, isn't
it's
it?
not as-
one day,
literally
yeah.
it's not as crazy as this, right?
Yeah.
But picture your first day on the job, dude, and you got some guy there like training you or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, we cut out at 10:30 to go to lunch. We don't come back till about 12:30."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Okay, that doesn't
Like, the
seem
safety
right."
video
Like,
says that we don't, and
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, but this is a different department. You're
I
like,
mean,
all right, tight.
picture Denzel Washington in your
I'm
job
not, I'm
training
not like
you,
that though at all.
and you're just gonna.
I'm not like that.
You're
you would
gonna-
just tell people no. Like I know. I
You're
come
like,
back
no,
at
I'm not
11.
going.
In that situation where they're like, it's not like, yeah, if they say we're gonna take a 3-hour lunch on your first day, I'm be like, nah, I'm gonna stay here.
I literally have done that with people. They're like,
Yeah.
let's go get lunch, and like 2 hours later, we're still sitting in the restaurant. You're like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yo, what's cracking? Like, yo, bro, we're in sales. Like, this is how it works. You know, I'm
Yeah.
like, good thing I'm in sales. You know,
No, but I think that's what makes it good is like you can put yourself in that same space as that guy and be like, oh, it'd be easy to go down this rabbit hole with this amount of pressure.
Yeah, it is a lot of pressure.
it's-
Obviously. But with a gun to his head, like 5 minutes into the movie, and says,
Yeah.
smoke this
Yeah.
marijuana or whatever.
I like him when
It's
they.
a little bit. That's some
I like
heavy
him-
pressure there.
in the middle of an intersection.
Yes, he stops in the middle of the intersection. Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah, hey, Dave would be like, no, I'm not doing it.
yeah,
Not doing it. Put that gun away. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do it.
yeah.
I'd be doing it without the gun, bro. Just like, what are we smoking? You just like, what?
I like there's just so many good lines and stuff in that too. I like when they leave the cafe or whatever, and he's like, "So when are we gonna go to the office?" And he's like, "You're in the office, baby." And he hits
Yeah.
the switch on the car.
One of my favorites. I said to this day, I'm surgical with this bitch.
Oh yeah,
They got
was
the
a good
shotgun.
line.
Oh
I like that part too. And then so the King Kong line was the most famous from this.
yeah.
That was Denzel improving or whatever. It just came out, and like
Oh, for real?
everybody when he said it was like, "Oh,
That's cool.
damn." They filmed it in actual like gang territories in like the Los Angeles area. There's actual like people in the background and stuff that were actual like active gang members.
Yeah, I can see that.
That Bone guy was used to be a gang member.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
gang
Snoop
member.
Dogg.
Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Terry Crews,
that
yeah,
was-
dude.
I think
Because I had to rewind it too. I was like, what? And I was like,
Yeah.
that is Terry Crews.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
he's just a big dude. He's just
Hanging out, dude.
Yeah.
Like a bodyguard.
Yeah.
no. All
You
right.
gotta
So
put your own work in around here, homie.
that
Dude,
was-
this movie's dope.
what
bro.
scene do you think was better? The scene in the kitchen where they're playing cards, where they're getting ready to go.
Yeah.
That or the end where they're all in the middle of the street.
I like them both. I do like that scene
Yeah.
because
But-
life's a trip, you know.
Yeah.
But why did they want to
Yeah.
kill? Why did they want to kill him? Why did Denzel want to kill?
Because he wasn't rolling with the crew.
He knew
He
too
was
much.
going to be a snitch. He wasn't down with taking the money. He was like he pulled a gun on Denzel and his homie. Like, I didn't sign up for this. And Denzel's like, all right, you know, you weren't cut out for it, yada, yada. We're chill. Let's calm down. Let's just keep it pushing.
Also-
and he makes a call like, yo, we got to take
But
care
what-
of this dog. That's why he gives him cash. You know,
Gotcha.
he wasn't just taking care of the neighborhood. Like, this
Yeah.
is my informant. I'm
Yeah,
giving him
he
this
said
and
that.
that.
Yeah.
No,
That's why
bro.
said that,
He gave him a toaster and a blender with cash in the bottom of a box.
to kill this guy.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So one thing I didn't get about the movie though is if he's planning to do, because the whole movie he's planning to go rob this dude, right? Like that's the whole setup to go get that money because he owes the Russians money to basically save his own life, right?
Roger, whatever.
It didn't start out that way until after he met with the three wise men. Then he was like, all right, I got to go get this
Oh,
money.
so you think?
because he went to Vegas and did something crazy.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
killed
but you think that he wasn't planning anything that he did towards the second half of the film
no,
until
but
that moment?
I think he's like a typical bad dude who always has these guys, these things on a string, knowing when I got to pull a lever, when I got to pull a string,
Okay.
this guy's going down. I know this guy's my homie, but I also know he's sitting on $4 million because he's planning to go in Peru or whatever they
Yeah.
said. Like, I'm going to go,
Yeah.
you're going to see me. He's like, yeah. So he goes in.
Because he
all
says
right.
that. He's like,
Right.
I'm just gonna call him one of my or like he says something along the line.
Yeah.
Call him one of my favors or pull one of my strings or whatever he
Right.
says.
'Cause
He's
to
like, and
me-
I'll take care of it.
Right.
You're
So it's
all
like, it's one of those things where he wasn't planning it, but then it was like, oh shit, we got to go do this.
Yeah.
Okay. Because to me, if he was planning it from the beginning of the movie, then he should have just told the rookie, like, "Hey, dude, go do a
Yeah, go
watch a safety video or
write
something
parking
today,
tickets. Right.
Because you're going to be a liability later on because you're brand new and I don't know you, And
Right.
I obviously don't know what you're capable of.
Yeah.
But he also, they talk about like, hey, we got to pop his cherry, this and that. It's like, at some point, you got to get your feet wet.
Yeah,
Might as well be now, I guess. We'll see
Day
if this
one.
guy's with it or not. You know,
yeah. All right, Dave.
rating.
What rating are we giving this?
A 5. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I also think like this is kind of a kumbaya moment at the end with like all the hardened gangsters in the neighborhood. They all
Yeah.
like come together and like,
well, they're all Bloods
yeah, I know, but they're like, we're gonna save this cop's life for some reason.
because they all hate
They all hate
Denzel.
They all hate Alonzo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, man, I hate that fool. He's like, what's up? You know, keep walking this and that. Like, man, I hate that fool. They all hate him
Yeah,
because he just exploits them all or acts like he could do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
They all hate him. So like when push comes to shove, they're just like,
so
put your own work in.
that
dog.
was one part I questioned too. Like, I get the whole premise of it. Like, hey, we hate this dude. Like, you got a lot of respect from us because you came in and finally put this dude in his place when nobody else would or whatever. You're willing to step up to him. But the whole time they're arguing about like, hey, that's my money in that bag. That's my money. That's my money. And you're like, there's a whole street full of gangsters. And these two cops are beating each other up, and there's a bag full of money, and they're just like, "Yeah, man, take off. I got
Yeah,
you."
well, I mean, it's it's the movies. Like
I know, but that part to me is
Yeah.
like the one
like
stood
that
out where
part,
I'm like,
obviously.
I love how they're standing on business and backing the dude, and it's all about respect and all that. Like, that's cool, but
I'm not even a gangster. If that was happening, I'd be like, let me go grab that duffel bag real quick.
100%.
You know?
the whole time I'm like, nobody's
Yeah.
curious about this bag of money
No,
at all.
nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Nobody's
thinking
curious.
about
For
it.
sure, that's obviously Hollywood, but
Yeah.
but I mean, it makes sense that they're all together because they're all Bloods. They're all homies.
Yeah. Yeah. So, wow.
Yeah.
A 5.
That's
huh?
the
Yeah,
lowest
it was-
rating one.
Yeah, it was. I was fine with it, but it just wasn't. And maybe if it was the first one of these movies that I saw, I'd like it better. But
Yeah, you're wearing
I
Dave
think
out, dude.
The 8th one is like, I don't know.
We struck out with Italians. I figured throw a black guy
So-
in there. He's all right.
So I'm going to tell you what I'm picking next week. I already got it.
What is
down.
it?
We are gonna watch Predator, the first one.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
That's that with that like super buff handshake. Is that in that movie? Is that what that movie's from?
Is it that one or Rock?
I thought it was Predator. And they say you're one ugly mother effer.
Yeah. You've really never seen it?
Never.
All right, I'm gonna introduce you to it because I love Predator.
I think I've seen Predator, but only on like
Or watching
TNT. Like,
Yeah.
never sat down.
That
and
movie had
watched it.
2
Okay.
United States governors in it.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll get to that next week.
You know, one
Schwarzenegger and Ventura.
thing
Jesse the Body.
I think about this actually. One of the reasons I don't like it, I like Denzel Washington a lot. I mean, he's obviously an amazing actor.
Yeah.
I don't like him in the villain role.
That's
I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like
the first
that.
role.
I mean, there's nothing that makes me not like it because he's the villain. He's pretty much a villain in American Gangster also, but he's way more charismatic,
likable.
much more likable. Like cares about people. Like has like an actual moral code instead of like F everyone. I'm just gonna get money and screw everybody gets in my path.
So did he have any?
I think that plays a role in the fact that makes me not like it as much.
Did he have any redeemable qualities to him?
No. I thought you think he does. Like you think you're like, oh, okay.
Also a terrible father just letting a shotty rip when his son.
Yeah. Like you think he's like, oh, he's teaching him a lesson. Okay, then you find out like, oh wait,
No, he
he's
wasn't.
not.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no, he's not. He's just screwing everyone. Like he doesn't care.
There's like a
Some chick's getting double raped potentially.
Yes, and he's like,
Well, you're gonna
whatever.
you're just gonna arrest everyone. It's like,
yes,
I'm
guys.
with not arresting everyone, but like these dudes,
these guys need to be arrested. Yes,
Well,
exactly.
after that scene is
Yeah.
like the one part in the movie where he's like actually says and does something nice where he compliments the dude where he's like, hey, no matter what I say, you did the right thing back there. And you're like, oh, like he's actually like, he's kind of like doing that fatherly thing, right? Where it's like, hey, I'm gonna be really hard on you.
But it's all a game.
But now I'm gonna there's a small
No,
sliver
he's
where
a piece of trash for sure.
Yeah, he's terrible. Again, you're like, okay, maybe he's this. And he's like, oh wait, nope, never mind. He's terrible.
Just a real fun ride, in my opinion.
I thought you would have liked that more.
I did too.
I think I'm gangster movied out a little bit.
No,
I think.
Then we're gonna move
Well,
on.
I
We're
almost,
gonna move on
I
to
almost
eight.
went with Dazed and Confused, but then I was like, that's kind of like a plotless movie too. So
We're gonna move on to Arnold Schwarzenegger fighting aliens. Then
Okay,
that'll definitely get
all right.
Dave's goat.
nice. All right, well, shall we go on to the top 5 this week?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, our top 5 this week is top 5 superpowers. So we kind of had a discussion on how to like narrow it down. What are the parameters for this? And we came down to this list is this individual powers. So it's not like you can't have a litany of powers. You can't be like, I'm this one. You can't have Spider-Man's powers, which because he
Right.
has like
Several.
He
Wait,
can shoot
what?
like webs
I thought
and
we said-
super strength and jump and all this stuff.
Oh,
Which, by the way, I found the best superhero I never even knew existed while researching this topic.
Let me ask another list. Maybe we'll do another list of full on.
My man's is exactly who I'd want. I read his bio. I'm like, how did I not know this guy is alive?
Yeah.
okay. So we only have one ability.
Well, each pick is one ability.
Oh, okay. I gotta
Yeah.
change my number 5 then.
You see what I'm saying? Like each,
Yeah.
you can't be like number 5, this and this and this and this. Like you can't say Superman's powers because he has like 5 or like
Right.
20 powers.
Okay.
He can fly, super fast, super strong, laser vision. Each one of those is a power.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you need us to write that down for you?
No, you go first because I gotta change my
All right.
5.
I'll go first. Now, also, I've thought about this before. I'm not like a huge superhero guy, Marvel, any of that. But I've thought about like making the perfect athlete. So very often my superpowers growing up, like when you'd have these conversations, were about like, how can I be the best football player ever?
Okay.
Right? Because like people would be like flying. I'm like, well, that's useless in a football game because they would just not let you play. You got to have
Yeah. That's illegal. Yeah.
but I will say like, so like I kind of put that aside to actually like, be like, this is actually cool. But with that being said, my number 5 is superhuman speed.
Okay.
Because like you could tone that down and be the fastest guy ever on a football field when you wanted to.
Like in The Incredibles.
Correct. Like Dash, right.
'Cause remember, he at the end,
Like I'll just barely win.
he goes out for track.
Yeah.
And they're like, because he's just jogging, and like, you can go faster, and he like starts like winning. No,
Right.
second, go for second.
Yeah, that would be me, dog. That'd be me. Yeah, that'd be me. Yeah, I got some honorable mentions in there, like that also correlate mostly to like the stuff I like as a football player, but always like just superhumans. Like it'd be sick, dude, to be superhuman.
I mean, I love that pick. There's a YouTube channel, I don't know what it's called, but he debunks all these superhero powers, where he says you wouldn't actually want whatever, and one of them was super speed. And for this list, we're not going to take it in real life, but like if you were actually moving that fast, it'd be extremely dangerous, because anything that hits you, it would kill you.
Right.
Like you're running super speed.
Yeah.
And you hit like a fly. It goes through you and you're dead.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's what. Well, do you remember? Like back in the day, everyone. I feel like it doesn't happen anymore. The back of the car, there was like a dash, like the rear dashboard in the back of a car, like a Toyota Camry or whatever. People would put like Kleenex boxes and stuff up there, right? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I feel like people don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But I remember one time, like my grandma or someone told me, like they had a neighbor that was a cop that was like, you shouldn't do that, because if you get in a car wreck at like 40 miles an hour, a tissue box will split your head in half.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, don't ever. I was like, oh, okay. But it's like it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But you would hope if you have superhuman speed,
You can dodge
you
it.
have like the eyes to
reflexes
go
also.
with it. Yeah.
But yeah, you're saying, because that's the way this guy ended up saying, is like some of these powers, you actually need like 5 or 6 powers in order
to pair them together.
Yeah, in order to like
Yeah.
actually like survive.
Right,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like survive some of this stuff.
But like walk on water, like you could run so fast that
you don't.
There'd be some cool. It'd be
like
tight.
you want to be Dash from the.
Yeah,
'cause that's all. Like, he's like reflexes are really fast.
Right.
He can run
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a fun.
That's
That'd
my
be fun.
number 5. Super speed, superhuman speed.
Nice.
Do you want to go? Are you still contemplating?
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to be
Okay.
all right?
So mine are extremely practical. Like I'm not trying to be like a hero necessarily.
I'm about to get into some of these, dude.
Yeah. So my number 5 is telekinesis.
Oh, boom! I have that at 2.
Do you?
That's my number 2.
Telekinesis. So like, I mean, just like I'm thinking like how these powers make
Hold
my
on.
my.
Do you want to save it till we get to my number 2, or do you want me to talk about it now?
I'll come back to it at 2 and talk to it with
This
you.
reminds me of the last one we just aired.
Yeah.
He didn't get to talk about 5, 4, or 3. He just had to sit there.
Really? Was it?
Because he was always paired with someone else. Like, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to save it?
Yeah, telekinesis, because
Is your-
again, mine are very like a practical ideas.
I can't wait. I think we're going to
So-
drive together. As
so-
much as you hate my movie selection, I think we're on the same page here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, we haven't agreed at all today, so
No.
maybe we can come
All right.
together on this one. So my 5 is on Colin's list. Telekinesis.
Yes.
So I'm with Dave, because as a kid, you think about some of these, you're like, oh, that'd be cool, but like, how does that help me as an adult?
Yep.
Right? Like, how does that help me make money? How does that help me
Like X-ray vision,
Yeah.
right? Do you guys have X-ray vision on your list?
No.
Same thing. I was like as a kid, like that'd be tight, but you're like, who cares if I can like look
Yeah.
through a wall?
Yeah.
You know,
Or
like
be
it
able
doesn't
to-
matter.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
like
If,
maybe if
it's
you're
not
on what's it called? The Deal Show with Howie Mandel.
Oh,
The
deal or no
cases.
deal?
Deal or no deal. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, but you can get on there once and it's for $1 million. Like, what else are you gonna do?
That one.
You know?
Exactly.
Find other stuff like
Right.
that.
Okay. All right. I'm with you guys. We're all on the same page.
So mine
All
are
right.
the same. Like, I'm not going to need to fight
I'm
people
not, yeah,
all
I'm
the
not trying
time.
to
I'm not
fight
gonna be able,
somebody.
like, even though it'd be awesome, but
Yeah.
like, what could I do to be able to like provide for my family
Sure.
and or maybe like help or do like a good
Right.
service
Yeah.
or something. So my number 5, I want to be able to predict the future or look into the future. So if you ever seen the movie Next with Nicolas Cage,
Oh, Next.
You're thinking Click with Adam
I mean,
Sandler.
Click. Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
not
Okay.
Click.
I don't think I've seen Next. No.
Next, so he can like see into the future, but he can only do it for a certain amount of time. But then as he expands his like abilities, he can go up to like 2 days or something. into
Oh,
the
wow.
future.
Hit the Powerball.
Yeah. So if I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm especially in today's world of gambling and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
I'm watching
GGs.
I'm watching Celtics Knicks.
See, I have time
I could-
travel.
Time
Not
travel.
exact. It's kind of the similar same. I don't know.
But just
Yeah, not quite. Not quite.
but I would rather be able to see into the future because I'm not in a dangerous situation there, right? It's like I jump back in time and all of a sudden I'm in like Harlem in like some dangerous situation. Or,
Yeah.
maybe that's not a great. Maybe I fall into.
Well, I'm
like,
picking my spots. So
I'm in
not
the
just
Soviet.
dropping me in.
I'm in the Soviet Union, and I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Like,
Whoops.
I don't speak. I don't speak.
I hope if I
Russian.
time travel, I'm good enough to like not drop myself into the
Yeah.
Cold War on the wrong side of the wall.
But see, like, also the funny thing about time travel is it's not just time travel in these movies. It's time travel and location travel because they're traveling. It's not like they're in the same spot. Because to me, time traveling is I'm not moving. I'm in the same spot. I'm just going back or forward.
10 years ago, you go
Yeah.
back 10 years ago
In this spot.
and you're just sitting on a dirt lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because like in the movies when they time travel, they're time traveling through time and space. Like they're not just like
I always just assumed I get to pick my spot.
yeah.
I mean, you can in this scenario, but
But see, wouldn't that be an extra? Isn't that 2 powers to me? Isn't that 2 powers? That to me it is. Time travel is an ability, but then
to me, they just make
changing
it.
locations is also
They just make it like less. Yeah, I mean, are you saying like they don't get to pick? Because there's a lot of like time travel scenarios where they go back in time. They're like, oh, I got to go back to 1985, and they go back, and it's like I just named off Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I couldn't even not stop myself.
1885.
But then they're always like, oh, where am I at? And they have to like figure out where they're at.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They have no idea. It's just like a lunar landing. They're
I always
just,
thought
like,
that was
showing up wherever.
It's not a huge deal. Obviously, you do whatever you want, but I just thought that was a little bit of a loophole. It's like they're like changing locations too. They're not just changing the time.
I never thought about that because I assumed they went hand in hand.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So my number
Okay.
5, being able to see into the
I like
future.
that.
the future.
I'm getting on DraftKings.
I was gonna say, can we?
I'm making a bet. I'm eating cereal in my
Dude, someone's
underwear.
gonna come for you,
I don't come
probably.
out of.
Yeah, but hey,
I take my kids to the
what's
school.
your winning percentage?
I
'Cause you gotta
I
throw
gotta
'em
lose a
off,
few
bro.
there. And I thought
Or what if? Because bro, these people that set the lines for games, I am convinced they're time travelers / future seers. So what if it's like the limitless pill?
yeah.
You thought you were the only one.
Exactly.
It's you start winning dummy, and they come and get you,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, you thought you were the only one.
Only one.
Go
Yeah.
sit in this room,
Yeah.
and now you're a slave to us.
Exactly.
We'll give you a couple million a year,
And-
your family has to move to Vegas, or
You make the lines.
Yeah.
I've thought
That's
about
funny.
this, because it's like you
Yeah.
can't win too much.
Well, just win the
to
lottery
get on
once.
a radar.
right.
Just win
See,
the
I'm a
lottery
big
once and then
Powerball guy.
just move on.
Yeah.
With your life.
I also think it would be tight.
Gets
Like,
to $1 billion, just win it, then that's it.
I think it'd be tight
Hang it
to
up.
be able to, bro. I'm starting to coach high school football this year. Holler at your boy, hey, 3rd and 4, they're gonna throw a screen to the left.
Oh.
Dog, state champs.
For sure.
Everyone thinks I'm the greatest coach ever.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
infinite uses, not just making
like-
money. It's infinite
Yeah.
uses. You could like, what did I say this to my wife? Oh, nope.
Wrong.
Back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Try again, nerd.
exactly.
Yeah. I think she would love this for Mother's Day. Yeah. Being able to go to Royal.
Nope. That's a Raven. That's what I'm doing. Just that's a Raven little like thing. You ever watch that?
Yeah. And then
Watch
it
that show?
zooms in on her eye.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Never watched it.
It's the future I can
That's
see.
funny. That's a good one.
All right.
That's a
I
good one.
like that. All
Number
right.
4.
So on my number 4, I don't know what to call this. My number 4, I called it like the limitless brain.
I don't know what that is.
From the TV movie or the
The show.
TV, the movie.
Basically,
with Bradley Cooper.
You never, it's photographic memory, but you retain everything. Super awesome, quick learner, yada, yada, yada. You're just a computer in your head.
So they.
My number 3 is perfect memory. So I'm with you. on this
Okay,
one.
so we'll roll on this.
But I've thought about this a million times too. The movie Limitless. Should we add this? They would like that.
I've never seen it.
All right, we're adding
Oh, yeah, you like that. Well, I don't know. I say he'd like it. He probably think it's trash.
it. Yeah. Hopefully, there's not drugs and criminals.
It's like,
Yeah.
here we go.
Dave's out.
Hey, spoiler alert, there is.
Yeah, Dave's like, can we get the gangbangers out of here?
Yeah.
Like, it has to be a
But they're Russian this time, man. That's a
different.
genre you ever
It's
seen before.
different. It's different.
All right, but
yeah,
what is your question?
So they take somebody develops this like pill or whatever in Limitless. They take it and then you have full access to your whole brain, right? So we only use like what is it, like 8% or something of
No,
our
you
brains.
use all your brain. That's not a thing. That's not real.
But the idea is,
in the
you
I
can-
get it in the movie.
He
But
writes
in-
a script for a play or whatever while listening to French
Mm-hmm.
and and like he learns French and does all that.
Yeah.
It just basically you become a supercomputer.
Yeah.
That would
And
be
he's like a loser. And she turns like in a week.
well, don't spoil it for him, brother.
We're going to add this. Okay. Sorry.
So that's number 3.
Yes.
Number 3. So
So what is the downfall? Did you were saying something like the thing you don't like about that or?
No.
Oh.
No, I like it.
It'd be sick.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I thought about that a bunch. Like, I just take a pill and like I'm just instantly.
Well,
smarter than everybody.
this is a superpower, so you just are.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be. That almost to me, it's the hardest one because you look into the future. You know, you all these other ones you have plans.
Mm-hmm.
This one you don't really know. Well, you don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you're
what's
smart
the
enough
downside?
to predict.
No, there's nothing.
There's no downside.
Nothing.
I mean,
The downside is you have to work. You'll probably have you have to put in effort to do the things that you want to do.
True.
Versus just like looking in the future and hitting the lottery and coming back,
that's
whatever.
That's
Yeah.
So the downfall is you still have to work at it.
Yeah.
I think the plus side is though, you don't have to hide a superpower.
Yes. Agreed.
You're just a human. Everyone's like,
People are like,
dude,
this guy's
This
crazy.
guy's a
Yeah.
freak. And you're like,
Yeah.
yes, I am.
Yeah. And nobody's catching on. Nobody's
Right.
nobody's like going to hunt you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's my number 4.
That's a good one.
I've thought about that. Yeah.
My number 4 is the healing factor.
Yeah.
Healing
Always
factor.
heal. Like,
But my-
what's his name?
like Wolverine.
Yeah.
Mhm. But one caveat is that you can die. You can choose to die
'Cause that
if
would
you want.
suck.
You can choose to die if at any time
Right.
if you want. Other than that, you can't die essentially. So yeah, you're impervious to disease. Like everything your body grows back. Essentially, like all your body parts are like in perfect condition at all times.
That'd be tight.
No diseases. You know.
But
no
what are you gonna do with
decay.
that?
Just live a great life. Like not have to worry about your health ever. Your health is not. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be.
This is your
I'm
number
not trying
what
to-
one?
4.
4. Okay.
So it's not super high in the list,
Right,
but like,
right.
because like you just again like I heard somebody say that the healthy person has tons of options and worries, and the unhealthy person only has one, right? Like they're only concerned about their health. You know what I mean? And that's I experienced that when I hurt my knee when it was like all these other things that like mattered like stopped mattering. It was like I can't do like this is like my only focus is like trying to like walk again. You know what I mean?
I think about that with my job because I see a lot of older patients, and you talk to them, and like, how's things going? It's like, well, I got this doctor's appointment, and I leave here, and I go see Doctor such and such, and tomorrow I got
pills.
this doctor and tomorrow, you just got old, retired, and now you just go to see doctors every day. That sucks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So do you still age?
Yeah. Everything else is normal. Like, so I'm not trying to be
You're
like
just impervious
But
to
you
like
can
disease.
call it quits. You don't have to watch all your kids die and your grandkids die.
Yes, you can just like at this point, it's like okay, like this is it.
Is that,
and
that
you
suicide?
just die essentially.
Is that suicide?
Maybe it would be actually kind of maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just probably it would be actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Or what if you can just say, all right, I've had a good
turn
life.
off
I'm
your
done.
healing.
You turn it off. And then whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, and then it's like
Maybe you get hit by a bus. Maybe you die in your sleep.
Yeah.
But that way you don't got to jump off a cliff and do it for yourself.
yeah, that is one you'd have to like watch though because you couldn't just do crazy stuff because then people would like for sure catch on, right? Like if you jump off of a building.
Oh, I'm becoming evil Knievel.
If you jump off a building and survive, you can turn a head or two. You know what I mean? Like, if you,
That's how you get rich on that one is you just become the next stuntman that does crazy
Yeah, you're
stuff.
like modern day evil.
And
Knievel.
you suck at it,
yeah,
but everyone signs up
You're
for
the
the
worst,
crashes,
yeah.
and you
You're the
always
worst
somehow walk.
stuntman.
Yes,
for sure. Yeah, I mean, you could never get injured. I mean, you could do tons of dangerous things. You could do dangerous jobs. You could do all, you could do all sorts of stuff. I mean, if you wanted to do, but I'm not even thinking of it like that. I'm just thinking like, this is one thing that will never have to be in my life that affects everyone at some point. You always have a health issue.
No, you have to do crazy
Right.
shit.
Hey, also, you could just eat whatever you wanted to. You're like, I'm gonna eat a hot dog and
chiseled? Yes, dude.
I'm gonna eat a hot dog and Doritos every day. Dude,
I don't know if that factors. I mean, my version of it is like your body is in perfect condition at all times. So I guess so. Like,
Yeah.
because like eating.
Can I be
eating-
6'3"?
See, no, you can't change. That's not.
Can
that
you
won't
have
work.
8% body fat?
Like, I mean, you can. You have to work at it.
Oh,
right.
that's
Say
Like,
no, dude. Just give it to me.
because I was
Doritos, glizzies, and a 6-pack.
because I would say like obesity or like obviously you're not going to worry about getting heart disease or anything like that. That's impossible. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
Like, so any of that stuff doesn't matter. But could you actually like gain a whole bunch of weight? Probably. Is that really a healing factor thing?
This is sounding dumber and dumber as we keep going.
Dude,
this is going downhill.
We've all had health issues like that, like set us back, right? That you don't have to worry about it. You just don't have to worry about your health.
Yeah,
I just think
but
that
I still
would
want to
be
eat Glizzies and Doritos.
If you would,
bears.
here's a crazy one. If you had the option to be like Dave and have perfect health, but you got to work at being, looking good, chiseled, whatever, or your health is kind of whatever, but you're always in shape, like peak physical fitness, chiseled, everything.
Yeah.
Which one would you choose?
I mean, probably the health, because you could work to have that, but you can't work to not be healthy. Like,
I had our strength and conditioning coach in college was a very fit, collegiate strength and conditioning coach, very fit old man.
Yeah.
55, something like that, 60, quadruple bypass, because he was super active, lifting weights, doing all this stuff. So he was in really good physical shape. But he was eating like Hormel chili every day out of a can.
His heart.
Oh yeah, his heart. It's like, dude, which is wild. Like no one knew what he was doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like you obviously could do, I wouldn't want to do this, but you could do like drugs. Like it wouldn't like affect you. Like you know what I mean? Like there would be no long-term effects of any kind of like narcotic or anything.
That's
like that.
dangerous, dude. You just become a crackhead just because you can.
I'm not saying again. Like I'm saying, these are the things that I'm coming to mind that you could do in the situation. And not
I kind of liked it early on. Now I'm not really on board with your number 4, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
it could be better.
You literally just said that their entire lives make it to a certain age is their health, their whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I'm choosing superheroes, I'm choosing something else.
I think this is.
I'm just glad it's your number 4.
This is a daily life.
We got room to grow
this
here.
This is a daily life thing. That I'm never ever sick. You're coughing. You would never cough. You never sneeze.
I'll take a cough to look into the future and pick my Powerball numbers over perfect health, though.
For sure. I'm picturing Dave at the Justice League table, and they're like, "All right, Aquaman." All right,
I'm picturing Chelsea.
Dave's just like, "Hey, I'm really healthy."
Also,
I'm jumping off of buildings and just walking away. You're rich as hell, and she's like, "Seriously?
Well, hold on.
You didn't want to sneeze ever again?"
Hold on.
She's pissed.
You can never die. You can't die. So like I'm saying, like everyday life is good. Also, you hit by a bus. You survive it. Like you survive it. No matter what happens to you, you survive.
And you just walk it off, though.
Yeah.
So you're saying you can heal and stuff too.
Well, you cannot. Are you
healing like Wolverine?
Yeah, like Wolverine. Wolverine heals in like Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
They heal like they can. Like in one of the Deadpool movies, he gets blown up and he's just a head.
Yeah.
His head. Only thing that's left is his head. His body just grows back.
Okay, this got better now.
Like his body just grows back.
I thought you were just saying like, "Hey, I'm just a healthy dude," but like, if somebody came in here and shot me, I could still die.
No.
Then I'm like, that's okay. That's where I think the disconnect.
That's what I said.
I just like the picture of Chelsea being like watching the TV. He's like, seriously, you didn't want to cough ever again, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Dave's just like bragging about his heart rate and stuff.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Colin's going to run really fast. He trips and dies because he runs so fast.
Hey, but I died doing what I love.
Yeah. Anyway, my number 4, healing factor.
All right, Hayner, what you got?
All right, so my number 4, and I saw this in a TV series called Heroes. It's one of my favorite TV series. We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll save it. Yep. You remember that one?
Yep.
It was awesome. There was this dude in there, and this is what sparked my interest in this. Is he can basically turn any object into gold, right?
Like Midas.
Yep.
Midas touch.
Yep. Greek mythology, right? But yeah, I could pick up my phone right now, and then boom, and I could turn the whole thing.
Can you
into gold.
choose to do it?
Yes.
Okay, because
that would be annoying.
This is the downfall of Midas.
It was, yes.
Is because
he couldn't eat. He couldn't do anything.
He couldn't touch another person.
Yep.
Like I couldn't dap you up, and I would
Exactly.
just turn your arm into
He'd kill
gold,
you.
maybe even kill you. He can
Yep.
turn them into like statues
Yeah,
and stuff.
no,
It's kind of like
I understand.
Medusa turning people to stone or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he touches anything. I would choose mine to be like, like I could choose when I do it or not, obviously. But the other part of it is like, all right, so I can
Imagine messing with your friends. You just come over and turn my house gold, and I'm pissed because I have a gold house, but I'm also not that pissed because I have a gold.
Yeah.
That would be wild. That'd be sick pranks.
But dude, you could single-handedly like change an entire like like GDP for like a country or something.
Maybe, but then it's the supply and demand.
I was gonna say,
the
if you're
supply
just
of
flooding the
gold.
market, dude.
Yeah, it's like who gold's no big deal. We got this guy Matt Hayner. Like,
Again, you're now
killed
a
everything
slave
with
in
gold.
someone's cave. Touch this rock.
But I have thought about this. Where
Damn,
it's
you're a
like,
slave twice in both your scenarios, dude. How do you feel?
Yeah, you're constant slavery.
hey, you don't say that. I have thought about this though. It's like, all right, so I'm me right now, and I can just like turn this rock in my garden to gold, right? It's like, okay, then what do I do with that? Like, do I just
Sell it?
Do I just go to like
who?
all these different gold
Pawn
people?
shop.
Are they going to catch on? I got to go across the whole country, right? Because I can't go to the same place, right? Because they're going to be asking
Dude.
questions and stuff.
No, it's way easier than that.
What would you?
How
do?
many pawn shops are there in Wichita?
Are you going to a pawn shop?
Yeah.
I'm thinking I go to like one of those like gold like.
Who cares, dude?
Dealers.
If they give you half the what it's worth, you're like, I don't care.
I'm in there haggling.
I'll go touch another thing
Yeah.
and take it to you.
I'm like, hey, I'm not settling
You
for
don't-
anything
yeah.
less than 10 grand on this.
Yeah.
And the guy's
Yeah.
like, I'll give you 7. I'm like, fine.
Yeah.
go.
Because your supply is infinite.
Yeah, you
There's
just
no
go
reason
make
to
another
haggle.
one.
Yeah, there's no reason to haggle.
So you just go into pawn shops and just giving them,
at the beginning,
just wherever
yeah,
it takes
you just
gold.
start figuring it out.
and then
we
you
buy
move it out.
gold.
Online,
.com.
yeah, there's online collectors. Yeah, you don't have to be like, oh, this guy's got no. I'm just hanky pank 457 online.com, dude.
Cool.
Is
All right. Well, if I get this, man, I'll get with you. on the
But
weekend.
again, I would be scared of people finding out because
then you're
I'll
enslaved.
tie up my basement and make me rich.
I've thought about this too, yeah, because if anybody found that out, like you're done.
Yeah, you're
like,
SOL.
They're gonna
Yeah.
come get you.
Right.
The mob's gonna get you, and you're just in a sweatshop by yourself. Like the people just hand me water bottles. And I'm just,
Yeah. No, that's cool. I like that one.
okay.
All right.
You like that better than being able to heal?
Yeah. I
What
do.
you sold it?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, I like it, dude.
No, I the first thing I said was like Wolverine. That's the first thing I said, and then I went, and then I
Yeah,
went on
but-
to other things like daily life things. Also.
Yeah, but yeah, you really sold the daily life thing, and I just thought sneezing
Yeah.
over.
Getting hit by a bus and being able to walk away from it.
Yeah, you kind of sold yourself backwards on that one.
Yeah, you did.
All right,
It's
my
all right.
number
what do you
3.
mean? You lead with the best thing first. What are you talking about?
You didn't sandwich it though, dude. You got to go
Yeah.
good, worse.
That's all right, man.
Good.
Hey, they're not all home runs.
Yeah, you
dude.
just need to listen.
They're not all.
That's all
home
you
runs.
gotta
it's
do.
all right, dude.
Freaking listen.
You're trying hard.
Take an
That's
L.
all that
Hey.
matters.
Tonight you take an L, but tomorrow you bounce back.
No, it's not. No, it's a great one.
Or the song, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, my number 3. Don't really know what I'm gonna do with this one, but it just sounds fun.
Okay.
Flying, like just how Superman can just jump up and he's flying.
Yeah.
It's just a fun one. I don't know.
Nah.
It'd be cool.
I think flying's overrated.
I think so too. Like there's other ones. This is one of those things where if I was building the perfect athlete, like how I would when I was a child,
Oh yeah.
is nowhere on my list.
Yeah.
But
I have. It could be fun. Yeah.
it's cool. Like you guys gotta say, it'd be cool to go on for a
sure.
spin.
Yeah.
But like you're not doing anything with it really. I don't
Yeah.
know.
My number.
You could be like a
2.
super soldier,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I
He's
don't
gonna
know.
be shot out of the air and killed.
Yeah, because you're not. I'm just thinking like you're not Superman.
Yeah,
You're
Superman.
Yeah.
You're just a guy that can fly.
You hit the wrong cloud and get shocked to death.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, flying sucks, dude. I changed my mind, dude. My other one that I will say, my new number 3 is like instantaneously turning in and out of stone.
Oh.
Because imagine filling the A gap, dude. Running back's coming right at you. You fill the A gap. Quick stone. He hits a brick wall. Stutters. Then you out of stone.
No.
Boom. Tackle.
That's terrible.
What if he breaks through the
Again,
stone? You're not gonna be able to move.
you get
just
my-
like stop, and then you're a
literally
statue.
split seconds. The
No,
moment of
that's the
contact,
worst.
you
But what else?
lock up. Boom,
Dude.
He hits a brick wall. Then you finish the
And
job.
then everybody else comes and gets you. Even if you are stoned, like he hits you and falls off, you're like, oh, that dude just hit a stone wall. And then everybody else is like, all right, now we're going to
no, but it's like bang bang.
no.
Like it's like a quick in and out.
It literally a millisecond.
That's so
Bang, bang.
not useful. There's no,
In football.
not-
It's great,
no.
really useful.
That's terrible.
not,
And you're going to break
You
too.
guys can't my healing factor, which is a great
No
one.
one can
that
beat
one's
you.
trash. Are you kidding
No one
me?
can-
You're made of stone, and you're making fun of me. That
No one
you
will
ever die.
You'll never miss a tackle.
Who cares? It's football.
Yeah, I care because I'm a millionaire. Sick of this, dude.
What?
Let me live my truth.
I'm just picturing you turn into stone in the wrong place and you fall down and fucking crumble everywhere, dude.
Just tip over.
I'd be like, I bet he wishes
I'm like a fainting goat, but of stone.
You just sneeze. You're like,
The chair breaks because I'm just heavy as shit.
1,000 pieces. And you're like, well, a guy couldn't tackle me in football, but
I bet he
Whatever,
wishes
dude. It'd be dope.
I bet he wishes he could never die right now. That one.
You guys just have no creativity. Dude.
I was hoping we get one that bad.
Number 3.
This guy doesn't want to sneeze ever again, and he's making fun of me filling the A
You
gap.
totally just helped out Dave on that one.
That's a tiny.
You're worried about where to sell your gold at that you can't make. Like, who am I talking to here, dude? I should have known better when the minute you guys thought, dude, give me a gorilla, dog. Yeah, you want to see one-on-one with a gorilla? I'll stone it up, dude.
That's true.
I'm rocked up.
But you
But
got
can you
gorilla.
move?
He just breaks his
Can
hand.
you move when you're in stone
He
form?
can't. I'm immovable, bro.
He's the immovable object.
I taunt it, and then it hits me. Broken hand. I just
Yeah.
keep doing that over and over and over.
And then he wears it down,
I wear it down by myself
and then you fall on it.
because I'm a superhuman, not a real human. Next, dude. Next.
Okay.
Well, my number 3 was perfect memory, which I'm 100% on board with that. There's no downside. Anything you see, everything you've ever seen, you can recall, read, heard, all your sense data, all 5 senses, all that sense data is you can perfectly recall it at any time. At all. Ever.
Yeah, but talk about how hard would it be to not be a know-it-all when you know someone's wrong, but it's not that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to really work on. Hey, just let this one go.
Yeah, you would. You have to do some self-work. But there's people who aren't. There's people who don't have perfect memory, who still need to work on that.
That's fact. That's facts.
So, it would be, again, when I say perfect memory, that means like also, it's not like your brain's overwhelmed with like thoughts or anything like that. It's like
Yeah.
perfect. You can recall it like you're pulling up like a computer file. And you can put it away and pull it up, and like you have perfect. Like again,
You can
Just instantaneous knowledge
Yes.
of something you've already.
But I do think this does require you to actually have seen or read or heard it, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
So it's not like you don't know. It's not you don't know everything. It's not that ability where you have,
Right.
you have every bit of knowledge of history.
But you can remember a book you read when you were 7.
Exact verbatim, every
Yeah.
single word and the
Yeah.
page number, and like you know what I mean, like exactly thing, you know.
Yeah.
And so you can just read everything once. You read the Bible, say once. You remember every
Yeah.
single chapter
No,
and verse.
I'm
That would
with.
be
I
sick.
agree.
I mean, like I play chess, for example. Like you learn openings. You remember like how you play. You remember
Forever.
all the stuff.
Forever,
Forever.
yeah.
You just be any mental activity. You would destroy anybody.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah.
no, that'd be sick.
I can't see the downside of it. Maybe some social things you have to understand.
But still, as long as you're not overwhelmed, you're a super genius socially as well. True. So you understand
yeah, that's true.
to where to pick your spots.
You remember every single person's
Yeah.
name,
Yeah.
all their names, their kids, their jobs.
You'd have to be like a president or something.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily probably rise through the ranks of whatever you want.
Tesla.
You'd be an amazing like public speaker too, right?
I mean,
because you could just like recall anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Somebody,
yeah.
like you said, president, because they'd be asking you questions and everything. Like,
Right.
what are you going to do about solving the
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
the,
and then
the
you
food
quote,
crisis?
then you would quote the exact stock market
So you wouldn't-
values and like
Right.
the
You
exact,
wouldn't be like Biden.
exactly.
You wouldn't be like Biden. And be like 17 million people died from COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that number's off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
no,
yeah,
I like that one. That's
100% agree. So my number 3 is
good.
a perfect memory.
All right. So my number 3, and I always thought this was cool, was the abilities of Ant-Man. How you can change size and get really big or really small.
That's dumb as hell.
No, it's not,
That's
dude.
dumb as hell.
Think about this. You could be like the world's like greatest like spy. Like you could get into anywhere, right? I could get into anywhere I wanted to go and get information, get like reconnaissance on anything, and I could get in and out if you didn't even know me.
What else?
Mm-hmm.
You could let's say like when you're working on something on your car or like dishwasher or something, you're like, oh man, I can't get back there to get this bolt or whatever. Where's it at? I can get really small, be like, oh, that's right there, man. I might grab the screwdriver, I'm gonna get it right here.
This might as well be you turning into stone.
It's
is like
better
a
than
non-
that.
no,
it's
it's not.
better than
It's
that.
better than stone.
Yeah,
For
I could do
sure.
a lot more.
Turning
with
into
that.
stone is Dude,
Stonewall these dudes.
it literally, like, Medusa's power was to turn others into stone.
You just want to do it on command.
That was her attack. Her
Yeah,
attack
but a
was,
stone
I got
forever. I'm an impenetrable force for a millisecond while someone tries to
But
run through me.
even then, you're
Bro,
still
Jerome
not.
Bettis on the 1 yard line. Night, baby girl.
You're still not impenetrable. You're stone. Stone can break.
you. Still can't break.
You get what I'm saying? Like I'm immovable. I'm an immovable object.
Yeah.
I just think of stone, dude.
Okay.
But even when you're okay, yeah, we've been over this.
You wouldn't even. I could do it mid stride, and you wouldn't tell because it's like a blink of an eye. I'm stone.
But they're not going to let you in the league if you're just a man that turns.
You're not
stone.
gonna see my.
You're gonna wear like every inch of your
slow-mo.
body.
Have an imagine.
they have super
it's just
slow-mo,
it's just
bro.
Do you
the
turn
internal
gray?
factors, bro.
You
No,
turn like a statue.
no, dude.
Okay.
I'm picturing you like
Just my
Stonewall
chemical
Jack, like
makeup,
the,
just
Gotcha.
and then I go again. You want to figure out how to get the nut on your oil pan off easier, you moron. You want to figure out how the filter works on your
Yeah.
dishwasher.
You want to go?
Hey, babe, I found 4 socks this morning when I shrunk.
Yeah.
I couldn't pull them out because they're 10 times the size of me, but
Yeah.
they're in there.
Meanwhile, we're down at the state capitol building. We're like, oh, is that Colin or is that Stonewall Jackson over there? I don't know.
Whatever, dude. I'll laugh all the way to the bank while you're changing your oil.
Yeah,
Like, that's the greatest
and
fullback
I
of all
haven't-
time.
Yeah, and I haven't sneezed in 35 years.
Yeah, Dave hasn't had a sneeze. He doesn't even know what a sneeze feels like.
Yeah.
Spell the word
Yeah,
sneeze.
you guys and your runny noses. I
Yeah.
haven't bought a Kleenex in 20 years.
All right. That was your
man.
number 3.
But then,
Yeah.
getting like really, really big is very, very limited.
Why?
I guess like maybe you get stronger, you can lift things.
Yeah.
Maybe like super, like you can have extra kind of like
No.
like super
Nope.
strength.
Now you're combining.
No, I just get big and small.
Yeah. Strength stays the same.
You
Like, you
get
change your
stronger as you're
size.
smaller.
Yeah. Well, actually,
You have the same
you have the
proportional-
same-
proportional
yeah,
strength.
Yeah,
Proportional
yeah.
strength. That's why you get under the dryer to get the socks. You can't pull them out because your proportional strength. You can't do it.
Yeah, but you're not gonna knock me over when I go big.
You're not going to knock me over
Yeah,
because I'm going to be frozen.
No.
Be stone.
Get big,
a
homie.
stone-like stuff. A stone-like
All right.
material.
Let's move on to the number 2. This is my 2, Dave's 5, I think.
Oh yeah.
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis.
Yeah.
So,
Moving objects.
so telekinesis is to be able to move things with your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to like touch it. You can just like look at it and it'll float to you.
Can I tell you when I used to think about this the most? When I was in high school and college, and then early on in my first job ever, when I was a beer merchandiser, we'd stock the shelves at the grocery stores and liquor stores and stuff. And you'd have stacks of beer to the ceiling, and they're all different, so you got to pull them all down. I used to always think if I just could move these things, you just like Matilda it, right?
Yes.
Just like, okay, I want
Matilda
that.
hat-
You
Matilda
just
hat.
have all these beers stacked.
Telekinesis.
And then dude, you'd be the best merchandiser ever. Like that's where my head was, because I'm working 10-hour days, just sucking, and you're just like, just imagine if I could just like made all this float on the shelf.
I mean, there's the practical uses of that are just infinite.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
sick,
being able
dude.
to move anything, people like there'd probably have to be a weight limit on it. Like it's not usually like like in most like movies or like games that have that ability. It's not like you can't lift anything, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Well, like
can
if
lift-
you lifted a building, you're still worried about the structural integrity.
yeah. I mean, that's just true. It
What about a
depends.
car?
Like it's like
What's your
okay,
weight limit?
It'd be like I don't know, 10,000 pounds.
Oh, okay.
That you know what I mean? Like it's high. It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
high,
yeah.
but I'm saying you can't lift like
How many gorillas is that?
gorillas weigh like
so
400 pounds.
And how could you use that to your ability, like to your advantage, to do? I guess like
I just told
make
you
a
about
living,
beer merchandising.
make a living off of it.
I mean, it depends on how many things you can do at once.
Because people would have to know that you can do that, though, right?
Construction.
I mean,
Because you're not going to be able to conceal that with what you guys are talking about.
That's fine.
No, I agree. Yeah, that's not. That's not necessary. It'd be pretty tough to get you also, like because
I
being
just
able to-
move you.
Yeah, like, you couldn't get that close. Like the
You
slavery
shoot a
thing.
bullet at me and just stop
Yeah,
it.
it wouldn't. Slavery wouldn't really work on a guy with telekinesis. Yeah, seriously, you could
Yeah.
you could like stop the bullet and like redirect
Right.
it or turn it around or
It's not as obvious on how to make money off of that one, but it is a dope.
yeah. Just I mean,
Superpower.
like if I wanted to get get all this stuff ready. I just like think it. You know, here's a question: do you have to see the thing? You have to like see the thing to move it.
Like, can I move Dave's bed on the other side of this wall?
Yeah, or like,
His
or like,
wife's in that bed, dude. Jeez.
like I know, like downstairs
There's
is
a
like
studio. I'm just
you
kidding.
know.
We're not in Dave's living room.
Like I put like at least lights are downstairs. like
This is Studio 426.
yeah, like, these
not a
lights are
frozen pizza
in the
over there.
basement, right? Can I like think of the door, open the door, you know, think of the lights and like move the lights up to me.
I think you have to see him.
Okay, I think you're right. Probably you have to see it. I don't think you like,
Or
imagine
they
it.
could be in the vicinity and you know where they're at.
Sure, I like that.
if you know exactly where they are.
Like if I know,
You're in your house and you're moving your lights, you're like, okay, I'm gonna move these out. But if you go to my house, you can't just be like,
can't,
I'm gonna
like,
move that
affect-
couch. You're like, whoa.
you have like a
And it's probably a range. It's not
Yes.
infinite range. I can't like think of like, oh, I've been to
Yeah.
my sister-in-law's house in South Carolina. I, you know, like
Hey,
move her table
but
around or whatever.
Again, practical jokes. That'd be sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Every house my sister-in-law buys is haunted. I don't know why.
One
You're just
thing-
always messing with her.
One thing you could run into though is that you could become the laziest person in the history of the world. You never get up. You know what I mean? Like you just like, oh, I need a drink. You just like open the fridge.
Well, here's my question. You love video games.
Yeah.
Are you holding the sticks or are you just sitting there? And now video games lost their luster because you're just thinking
True.
about doing
How many
it.
things can you do at once? Can you only do one thing at a time? Can you do multiple things at a time? Can I like move that all three of those chairs at once?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's where the vision comes in.
Okay. I like that. I think that makes it like balances it out. You have to be able to see it. I think that's probably better than like even knowing where it is. Like, how would you know exactly where it is? Because it could be like moved around.
Hey, you know what you would like? Frisbee golf.
Yeah.
Just throw it and just
Yeah. Or basketball. Just,
hold
like, shoot it.
Yes, dude.
It's like bouncing around the rim.
Dude.
It's bouncing around on the rim.
You're the best quarterback
There we
ever.
go.
You're the
There
best
it is.
shoot. There
I
we
knew
go. Why didn't we not think about that?
I knew it was there somewhere.
Well, I didn't think about it because I don't really care about my
No,
football
you'd be like-
prowess right
You'd
now.
be the best like golfer ever.
I just said football player.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said golf.
just kidding.
Like I was like, what?
He said disc golf first before he said ball golf.
But I
Yeah,
think-
we got there eventually.
But I think
all roads lead back to football.
the thing about
You're right.
football, you'd still have to be like somewhat of an athlete to even be on the field, though. Like golf,
No, you don't.
yes, you would.
I don't, dude. You just got to exist in the moment that the ball comes to you, and you just throw it up, and while it's in the air, you're like,
But you-
to the left, to the right. I got.
But at some point, people would catch on to that. Like the
this
ball you
guy's
throw
cheating.
just did a
Yeah.
90-degree angle.
Who cares, bro?
Then
I'm
you get
saying-
banned from the league.
And then
Well,
you
but
get
also, like-
banned, and then
but,
you're
like-
and then you're enslaved in somebody's basement in
I'm
Russia.
not a moron, dude. I'm
And
not
they're like,
throwing
hey,
it
you're
this
gonna-
way. I'm not doing the old like
You're gonna-
video games. You run this way, and you throw it 80 yards. Like,
Aaron Donald comes up the middle, and then all of a sudden you got to make a quick decision. You're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna throw it up and like a pop fly in the air."
throw
And
it
then-
OB, bro. I just make it carry a little bit. Just
No, I think I think if you're gonna use that to your advantage in a sport,
Yeah.
it'd be golf because you
Golf,
could-
but same kind of
it'd be-
thing, dude. The ball has a trajectory.
Yeah, if
it'd
you'd
be
have
obvious
to,
if it didn't go.
if you're a decent golfer and you hit a ball straight,
well, golf, you could get way more rich and save your body. So yes,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just like
And
I
it'd be
said
more
earlier,
believable.
Yes,
all
football.
roads lead to football.
yeah.
and I don't think
But those roads will be closed off one day
or
when it ends. What were you saying?
CTESPN.
I don't think you can. Like you said, to be a slave in a basement. I don't think you could. I think you'd be pretty untouchable with telekinesis.
Yes.
I think you'd be
Yeah,
pretty.
you could like
pretty-
move the keys if you got.
I mean, nobody could get anywhere near you. First of all,
Right.
Like maybe a bullet if you like if you couldn't stop it in time, maybe. But like
Yeah,
they couldn't grab for sure. They couldn't grab you. They could easily push them all away.
Yeah.
And maybe like some telekinesis people can like crush. They can like crush things with their telekinesis. Also,
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends on the universe you're in, but
No, I like it.
so yeah,
I like
that's
it.
good. That's your number 2.
I think golf is probably the way to go to, or baseball. You
Yeah,
always
just have it carry
Pitcher.
a little bit, and that wouldn't be.
Pitcher.
You throw some nasty
because
stuff.
pitcher, it's always going the same area. You just like, dang,
Like
this
last
guy's
minute, you're just
this guy's sinker's
He has
nasty.
movement
and
on
people
that ball.
throw
How does he do it,
Yeah.
dude? Pitcher might be the ticket.
people throw enough crazy stuff now that you're like, yeah,
It's a
I don't know.
screw.
Golf though, golf is
98.
Golf is good.
I think maybe
Mile-an-hour
golf is
slider.
the play.
Yeah.
It's not football.
Because and you could easily make it to be like putting. You could be a perfect putter,
Right?
Right, because you get it close, and then like the movements are not as major.
Yeah.
So like that subtle little bit of a fade or whatever could easily be. It wouldn't be like. Oh
well,
my
but
gosh,
here's the
he's
thing. Here's how you
cheating.
do it. Here's how you do it. You always shoot second. No, because if you win the hole, you got to go first.
You get the box, yeah.
Because you could just hit it like the guy in front of you did, and then instantly just have your ball do exactly the same thing and be a foot behind him.
Yeah.
And then when you're on the green, he putts and then you putt and you win.
You putt close, and then like again, like that little extra or
You just have to practice to get good at it. Because once it's good, the minute it hits a club face, you're like, all right, this guy's go 300 yards straight.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I think golf is still the play. Pitching would be dope.
I was like, you might have convinced me on pitching just
Pitching
now.
might be dope.
Yeah.
But we already established pitching's. I mean, not what's more famous, golf or baseball?
I mean, you can make
I would say golf probably at this point.
Maybe.
just as good as money in both.
Yeah, but Scotty Scheffler versus who? Other than Ohtani, who's name some pitchers? Name the 10 best pitchers.
I don't know.
Paul
But they
Keynes.
still make
That's what I'm saying.
That's all I know.
But now
Only one I know.
name 10 golfers.
I can't. Tiger Woods.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
No, I can't
maybe.
name 10
BJ
golfers
Singh. Is he still playing?
Dude,
Phil
no.
Mickelson.
I can name 10 football.
Kind of.
Yeah, I don't know golf.
All right, never mind.
I can name 10 football players though.
I can probably name 10 disc golfers.
Checkmate.
Professional disc golfers.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. All right.
All right, that's a good one.
I like that. I like that.
Telekinesis, I obviously agree with that one. My number 2 is, this is the one that puts flying and super speed to me, that knocked him off the list, and it's teleportation.
Oh,
Yeah, see, I had teleportation. But also, what do you do with that?
All your travel
Rob
time.
Banks?
infinite.
No, your travel time is it gone. You can go
So you
anywhere.
still have the same
So-
old job, but you just don't sit in traffic?
I mean, just how much of your life do you spend behind the wheel of a car?
Hellas.
I know you do a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
So like if you're going to somewhere, wherever it is, a hospital in western Kansas that takes 8 hours to drive to.
Yeah, but if I have superpowers, I don't want to do what I do now. I want to be
No, but you can
Dummy
go,
rich.
So this my version, like I try to think my superpowers like fair, I guess. Like it's not like you can't do anything with it. So you can take one person, like you can teleport yourself and one person
Yep.
anywhere, at any time. Instantly, you're there. I mean, there's the uses of that are just. I mean, how much time do we spend traveling of our lives?
Yeah, no, I get it. But how do you get rich off it?
So this is actually my number 2 also.
Is it?
Yep.
Nice.
I had
Nice.
this one listed at like number 2, but then I was like, I don't know how useful this is other than you're not waiting. And I'm very impatient. I'm a very impatient person when it comes to waiting. So that's why I like it so much. I just don't know how it's useful in other ways than not
You would
waiting.
save. You wouldn't need a vehicle, right? Obviously, you could save money, tons of money on vehicles. If you are a person who likes to travel, like
Well, you
my
can only
wife likes
take
to
one
travel.
person.
Well, you could do, but at a time. So I could so my family, for example, we're going to a Steelers game in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And my wife go first, and I teleport back, and then I grab my daughter, and come back, son, back, easily. And that would take 10 seconds.
Yeah.
We've traveled across the country in 10 seconds.
Right. Okay.
For free.
But how do you pay for the Steelers game? With the
What do you
job
mean?
you have now?
Yeah.
You just keep working the same job now, knowing you're a superhero?
Well, I mean,
Superhuman?
I'm not. My
How many how long does it take for you before you rob a bank?
My criteria for the list is not what can I make money off of. I'm saying like what would be useful in my life.
I just want to make my life better, which means money's not an option.
If we didn't have to have any vehicles, that's tons of money in the bank. That's tons of money for us. I mean, I know you get it's different for
how
different
long,
people, but
Matt? How long before you rob a bank? How long does it
I don't know
take
if I'm
for you?
doing that, but I have thought about this, and I think that if you get linked up with the right people, whether rich people or the government, that you could easily this rich person. Hey, I need.
now you're a slave again.
I
dude.
want to buy. Maybe not.
no,
maybe you link
can't
up
be
with the right
slave.
people.
You can literally teleport away. They
Yeah.
can't enslave you.
Yeah,
But you're always on the run
because
because now they know it and they want to use you. They want to suck you dry.
I'm not on the run. I'm on the teleport because I don't need to run.
so David, ever seen the movie Jumper?
No.
Yeah, jumper's tight.
Jumper's sick. This is where
I
I
do-
developed this.
Hold on. Are you
Desire
gonna say?
for
I
it.
like how jumper, whatever he's in, like he's in a car and he can jump the car. That that's the caveat I would put on yours. So that way you don't have to find some park in Pittsburgh where no one can see you while you try, you can just hey, you guys ready? Everyone get in the car. We're in Pittsburgh now.
Yeah. But you could also ship goods, right? Like I could have a backpack of something that somebody wanted to ship. I guess you could move drugs. Is that where you're going with that?
Everything.
Of course you were. Of course you were. I haven't perfected how to make you definitely could make it. You have to get in tune with the right people to do it.
What's this like?
Holding it up. But
But
where Dave's at with this too is on my if tomorrow morning, right, I wanted to have the world's best cappuccino or something, I could just go to France or something.
I think shipping is the way to go. You open your own logistics company.
Yeah.
And you just next day air it.
Yeah.
Only certain size stuff.
Yeah.
You can't I can't ship a whole. Well, because you're saying you can move a car.
Well, I mean, whatever the ramifications are, you are just the world's best logistics services ever known.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Because there are desperate people that want to get stuff high-end stuff shipped in a day, right? Because rich people are impatient, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's grandma or hell, dude, you could ship medicine
and people.
You could work for a hospital, moving hearts and livers and all this stuff around to places.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's hella money, bro.
It's logistics
Or people.
Yeah.
You could I could
have a service.
I could transfer myself and my family if I go on vacation.
Right.
Or you want to go somewhere? Great. Let me know. I'll get you there. I'll get you there right now.
It's the same price as American Airlines.
Yeah, or more.
Or more.
It takes you
Right.
no time, 0 time.
This is dumb. I have a stand. This is
Yeah. No, that's also my
you
number
thought it.
2.
Yeah.
Like I said, the money part of it you could figure out, but just the idea of
I can't believe I went with flying over that because I just didn't think outside the box. What an idiot.
Yeah.
That's way better than flying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can just
I could go anywhere in the world and be back here in a minute.
Yeah.
Dude, I just got this pizza in Italy. You want
Dude,
some?
there's so many times I'm I'm not trying to be a superhero. I'm just making my life just easier and better. There's so many times I want to do this, I gotta drive. It's gonna take me. How much time is left? How much time have I got?
I just like how
all
you
these
just are
things.
still working your same job, but you don't have to wait in traffic. That's how it all started.
And he's healthy.
Hey, that's how
And
it
I don't
starts.
sneeze anymore.
That's how it starts.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Logistics Dave. That's a good one.
It's just
I like that
hey,
one.
you want you need to get the president to somewhere completely safe
Yeah,
with
dude.
I'm telling you.
infinite time.
I
at
show
least,
up to the right person, like a senator or something like that, and I'm just like, hey, dude, check this power out. What do you want to do with it?
Yeah.
They're like,
Oh, dude,
what? And then
No,
I'm
dude, you
in.
just start you don't need you just start your own company.
No, that's where you would do it. Actually, that'd be perfect. You go to Washington D.C. I can get you because the senators aren't from Washington D.C. Neither are congressmen. They live in California. Their
Yeah.
families are in California.
Yeah.
You
But
go-
only conservatives. no liberals.
But you seriously you want to go home to your family? Let's go. You're back. You're back in California.
How much are they paying you? But
Well, that's what
now
I'm
it's
saying,
taxpayers paying you. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
Getting
think
rich
about
off
all
the
these
bat
rich
to the
people that
middle
have,
class.
All these rich people that have jets. and
Well, no,
stuff
but
like
they're,
this.
they're having to pay me. It's the senator pays me.
Yeah, but his salary is from taxpayers.
So
Well, I mean, then everything the senator buys ever is the taxpayer. I mean,
Yeah, essentially.
I guess
That's why they always give themselves raises.
yeah.
But then how much work do you want to do too doing this, right?
But,
You
I
start
mean,
out, I guess
yeah.
you choose your own hours.
But again, I could live here. I could live anywhere and do any job anywhere. You know,
Yeah.
if I wanted to do a job that's
You
somewhere
just get
else.
a phone call like, yo, I want to go. All right, cool. It's going to be 5 Gs. All right, cool. Bing, bang, boom, made $5,000. Okay.
100%.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm still back to
Yes.
coach basketball at night. Right.
100%. And it took
Yeah.
me 5 seconds.
And then someone's like, hey, you get another call like, hey, Dave, I need you. Like, nah, I'm not doing that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
There's a wait list.
Right.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
or it's either at the beginning, it's cheaper. You're just doing whatever. And then it gets people find out about it. And you're like, wow, this guy is it's crazy. He can teleport you anywhere. And it's like, okay, now it's $10,000. That's the minimum. You know what I mean? Now it's $10,000 for any trip.
Yeah.
So, it's like
I like it.
a barrier.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then that's how you make money. And then once now you're making tons of money and
It's way
everything
better
else,
than moving
and then,
drugs.
and then everything else in your life is just easier also. Because also you're not traveling,
Yeah.
So
think
that
about
the whole
too,
waiting
like,
in traffic thing.
how
Is,
many
When do you
times-
tell your wife to chill out? Because she's always just like, hey, take me here. Take me like, dude, stop.
Or dude, you're just like chilling on the couch, you know, and then she's like, I don't have enough cream cheese for this recipe. Can you go to Dylan's?
well, I had to pay for it.
Would you
though.
still be-
you had to steal it.
Hey, no, you don't. No, you don't. Actually, no, you don't.
I left you an IOU.
Yeah.
That's as good
Anyway, yeah, I think that's a good one. Number 2.
Because I for sure see you guys are just better humans than me. Because I'm like, all right, how long before I rob a bank? How long before I start stealing stuff? The answer is never, obviously.
It's like Colin's like, I would never do that.
I would
It's like,
never do that.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's funny.
Day 3, dude, you're like Bank of America.
Yeah.
I got him.
Hit them where it hurts.
How much money do they actually have in banks nowadays?
There's a limit that they keep.
Yeah, I feel like robbing a bank lost a lot of its luster in the modern age.
Yeah, you rob
You
a
know?
bank and you get a chance to go to prison for your whole life, and
Yeah,
you got
and-
like $35,000.
Exactly. Yeah,
And if
I feel
there's,
like they're
eight-
not.
You just hit every 7-Eleven up in LA or something.
There you go.
All right, that was your number 2.
And his
Yeah.
and Matt's number 2.
Yep.
I like it. So
back
we're to
you.
number 1.
Numero uno.
And I kind of want to change mine because mine is time travel. But because I was thinking like literally just go back in time, knowing what I know now and winning gambling and yada yada. I like the future thing better. So my number 1 is looking at the future
Okay.
for all the reasons we already stated.
Yeah. What's funny is mine is also a time thing. My number 1. What did I call it?
Time bender.
Time Bender and Avatar. Yeah. So mine is very. I thought about this a lot. It's very specific set of rules and circumstances. I don't want to go into the future.
I like how
I
you
can
always
only-
try to make your shit fair. Like I gotta be as
Yeah,
fair as
yeah, I do.
possible.
There's an
'cause I'm a-
arbiter.
Yeah.
I'm a gamer, right? Like I'm trying to make it balanced.
You got that, yeah.
No, but I also think like more the consequences if you don't put some parameters. So mine's like a watch, like on your arm. You like flip it over and it's like a digital watch, like on your arm essentially. You can only go back in time. I only want to go back in time a maximum of 24 hours. I cannot go back in time any further than that. I cannot go forward in time, just backwards in time.
Why?
Because then I thought of like these scenarios of like now anything bad happens ever in the world and you're like, I gotta fix it. Because like
Butterfly
I
effect.
can't.
Butterfly effect.
You know what I mean? Like so but if you only can go back 24 hours, then you can't change the entire universe.
You haven't seen Butterfly Effect, have you?
No, but I know the idea, right? A butterfly, like a small change.
Right. It changes everything.
Changes
else.
everything,
Does that
yeah.
happen in your scenario?
Well, no, I mean, I go back in time with full knowledge of what I have now. You could do a ton of things with it. Like you could have infinite time essentially. Like you're not getting older. Like some time traveling or time bending worlds, like you get older if you're in like get age differently or whatever.
Yeah.
So not this one. Like you go back, I have infinite time in the day essentially to do things.
Well, you
first
go
of
back
all.
24 hours, and then once you're there, can you go back another 24
No,
hours?
see that's the thing. As soon as you hit a point on the clock, you can only go back 24 hours from that point ever.
But also, like I
How-
said,
is there-
unintended consequences, though.
Well, but then I go back again 24 hours. Right.
But
so
you're
like,
just going to do that over and over and over and over. There's like nothing. There's always going to be a butterfly effect somewhere. Until the point where you're
For
just
sure.
like, well, I don't know that person, so who cares whatever happens to
And-
him? It's fine.
that's what I'm saying. Because if you had full time travel abilities, now I'm like, oh, I saw this. Like, I gotta stop this. There's something happened. This car accident, and like, I gotta like fix it somehow.
Yeah.
But if you have it limited, then it's like, well, I just can't. I don't have the ability to fix that.
In your scenario, can you go back to a time that you existed? Because some of
What?
them, like you
What?
can't exist with your same past or future
No,
self.
it's not. So it's not time. I'm not. It's not really time traveling. It's more of reversing.
Rewind.
Time. It's
You're
more.
rewinding.
It's more of a rewinding.
Okay.
You
Right.
lost that argument
You
with
go-
your wife, but then 4 hours later, you remember the point that would have put it to bed.
Yeah.
So you rewind 4 hours. and
Exactly.
you
My friend
win.
made a crazy argument about
I've never lost
gorillas,
one.
and like I didn't have my argument ready. I go
Right.
back.
And you go back in time and you apologize for him because you're like, wow, I was so wrong.
So yeah,
Or-
I had it on my thing reverse time. It's not time travel like you're saying. Like I'm not
Okay.
I'm not two beings. Like
Right.
there's not me in the past. and
You're
in
not
the
Marty
future.
McFly having to hide from yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
It's literally it's a rewind.
Yeah, I'm
it's
with
more
you.
of a
I'm with
rewind
you.
than and I don't want to go in the future.
So you're gonna only rewind 24 back or 24 forward?
You can't go back. You can't go forward at all.
Dude, are you
Never go
listening
forward.
to him talk?
Yeah, you can only go back.
No.
You only go backwards. So, I mean, if you wanted to do the
Lottery thing?
lottery thing, you could easily do it.
Right.
Easily.
Standard.
Right? Yeah, I mean, if you want to bet, you could easily do it. You can't predict the future. You can't see into the future. I feel like you might go crazy looking into the future too much.
Yeah.
And being like seeing outcomes like way ahead in time.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
But like, because for me, like I would love to be able to redo things. Like he's like, maybe not. Let's try that again.
24 hours is like, you don't really have a whole lot of time to stew on some stuff either.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I don't want to be able. I don't want this to turn into like some kind of like existential crisis where I feel like I'm having to save the world.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Though. I'm coaching football games. I'm just watching, just game taping it, dude.
Yeah. Dave's just sitting on the couch watching Fox News, and he's like, a building fell in Iowa. All right.
I gotta travel to Iowa somehow.
be back.
But here's the thing: if I can't get there in a day, and like you know what I mean, it doesn't work. I can't
Hey.
like.
You got to holler at your boy, dude. I'll get you for 10
How many times can you go back
teleport you there?
to the same spot?
So say like what's the time? Like I don't have my phone or my watch. So what
It's
time
10
is it
o'clock right now.
So it's like it's 10 o'clock right now. Like 10 o'clock in 1 second. I can go back at the far as I can go back is 10 o'clock in 1 second yesterday. Right?
Right. But how many times can you go back there?
I can only ever go back to that add that as I can go as many times as I want.
But so now you're stuck, and like whatever it takes you to fix, it took you 15 minutes, so now it's 10:15.
Yeah.
Now you go back to the present time.
Well, you can't go back to the present time.
You just live it all.
You have to relive that the whole day.
Oh, this got worse.
Yeah, you have to relive the whole day.
Oh no. What?
Yeah, you just relive it. If you want to go back that far, then you just have to that day just repeats.
I don't like that.
Hey, something bad happens. You're like, I was on a Monday, man. I'm not going back. To
Yeah, I don't like that.
But you see what I'm saying? So like once it's 10:00.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
But then when it's like say I live the day again and it's 10:05 now I can't go back to 10:01 again, the day before, right? That'd be more than 24 hours.
Right. Well, it's almost like you have to use it every other day. Because the day you just lived, you've already run once all of it.
I can go back again. I keep going back. So one use could be my day is I can do all the things I want to do. You know what I mean? Like your day has infinite time essentially.
You just live the same day over and over and over and over.
Well, but like say it's like a Saturday. Like I want to do all these things today, but I have to do this. It's like okay, well I'm gonna do this a day, and then I'm gonna rewind and do this, and then rewind and do that.
But if you rewind, then you're rewinding all the work you did.
But I still retain all the information, all the skills that I've learned, all the like if I work out, for example, like my body is the same. My body doesn't like rewind. Everything else in the world rewinds, but I don't rewind.
So you'd be like all those people who want to lose 25 pounds like 3 days before their cruise.
There you go.
You could do it.
No, dude.
It just tends to be like
It's like if you change the oil in your car and you rewind, you have to rechange your oil every day. That's what I'm saying. Your day is not endless because you just have to redo or you have to remember like, hey, remind myself at 10:08 is when I was done with the oil change. So I got to go back to 10:08 and now I'm good to go.
Yeah, I mean, like for sure, you couldn't mow the lawn because then the lawn would be unmowed at the end of it. But like I'm
that's wild that you put this on yourself.
Because
dude.
I feel like you put a heavy burden.
No,
Yeah.
because I want to do all these things. This is very personal to me. Like I want to do this activity and this and this and this. I want to do all these things, but I can't do them. I don't have time to do them. Like I want to get good at this. I want to like study this and be good at that. I want to like.
You might as well just like be able to like have the ability to freeze time.
Yeah, just freeze time and just pause everything.
But it's less useful because freezing time you can't do the lottery with freezing time.
Yeah, but also but that's why like these ramifications you put on it suck because I want to be able to move back and forth. Like I'm thinking Kai had a basketball game, a tournament or whatever. You can go back in time and be like, yo, at this time, this kid's going to go like
and I can't
come left and shoot right and then shoot.
I can do that.
Yeah, but then you have to live the whole day like, okay, now fast forward back to where I want to be again.
Well, yeah, because I think you have to do it that way because what's happens in between? Who lives that life? When
It's
you fast forward,
it's already been lived.
no, because you changed something. You've changed something, so it's not the same. You're leaving a gap in the
lost me.
space-time continuum.
I was with you earlier.
What happens?
You lost me on this. No.
I mean,
I want to go back and forth.
But like, so how does it work then? How does it work? So you go back and like, hey, listeners, and then you just go back to the future and you just live with the ramifications.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
No, you watch what happens and you live it, and your son wins the championship or whatever, and he's probably like, tight, good for you. And then you go back like, okay, now I don't have to mow the lawn again because I can fast forward through the lawn mowing process.
I'm not gonna mow the lawn, and if I do something like that, I'm not gonna go back.
You're not gonna do shit ever because you're like, I just gonna always undo what I did.
No, but like, again, it's very personal to me. I want to be able to like play the guitar. I want to like learn the piano, like learn a different language, like really play all these things. I don't have time to do this.
Just freeze time, like you said.
But this is essentially freezing time, but with the added benefit of being able to change how things. Freezing time didn't change anything.
Right.
I can freeze. I can pause, and you're right. I have infinite time, but I can't go back and like do the lottery. I can't go back and like do things like that.
But my point is, you also have to live through the BS too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's what I don't like about it. I want to be a superhero, superhuman, not superhero, superhuman.
Being able to do this is absolutely super.
Well, yeah, but it'd be more super if you didn't have to deal with the BS.
I also I don't want to like, the reason why also, you ever seen the movie Click? That movie we talked about earlier.
Yeah,
With Adam
yeah.
Sandler. He like fast forwards through the boring parts of his life.
Yeah.
And then he like looks back and is like, I missed my whole life.
Yeah.
So that's like that wouldn't be the case in this scenario.
But in this scenario, you'd never live a life. You'd always be stuck in one day.
And you're not stuck. This is not like it's not like you're doing it on you have to do it.
But if you have unlimited, like it's going to take you a long time to learn the guitar.
Sure.
Like just because you rewind doesn't give you more time. You have to carve out that time once you get there. You see what I'm saying?
It does. If you
Like you can't ignore the lawn because you want to play guitar. You still got to do all these things that you have to do to live your life.
for sure.
So you have to find more time to do that stuff.
No, you don't do the whole day. How about this? Like, say you have a couple hours every day for
You just
free time.
rewind that.
Let's go 2 hours back, and then you're not having to deal with that.
Right,
Like,
right.
Say you have at night, kids go to sleep.
You wake up at 1 a.m.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. Everyone's asleep anyway.
Check.
You wake up and you just ever as long as you want, keep rewinding back 1 hour.
Yeah.
You're not neglecting anything.
We figured
You're not
it out.
mowing the lawn.
I've thought
You're
about
not doing any
this
of that
before
stuff.
too. What if you just didn't have to sleep? Like, what if your body, you didn't need to sleep?
What if you enjoy sleeping? I'm not a big sleeper, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see
But
what
think
you're
about if you never had to sleep, right? Like, you could go edit video
Yeah.
like the entire time
Yes.
while everybody else
but
is
I would
sleeping.
screw off.
You watch movies,
Yeah,
but then you could just that'd be fine, right? Like,
No,
you could do all that
yeah.
stuff.
And then you can still perform your duties.
Yeah, you could even go like Uber drive and stuff at night. Like,
Yes.
Do you want to?
Like, dude, you're coming down to Dave's office like, how normal can I be with this superhuman ability?
So I'm gonna place this burden on myself in this situation.
Anyway, that probably went on longer than it should have. But yeah,
okay.
so that's it. You're right. That's exactly what it is.
How do you
Go
feel
back in
about
time.
mind reading?
Go back. Hold on. What's your number one real quick? I don't.
Oh,
want to
my
scoop
bad,
you.
my
What's
bad.
your number one?
It's not mind reading.
Okay.
So if you wanted to talk about that, that's fine.
No, we'll talk
You
about it
go first.
afterwards.
So my number one, and I've thought about this a lot. I think you can make money off it, but it's just more about the fact that like you're doing something good in the world is the ability to heal other people. So if
Like
you
the mom from
Like the
Encanto.
laying of hands. Like the laying of hands, you just
if you like broke your wrist, I could just come over, and actually I have thought about how to make
that'd
money
be
off of it.
gangster, dude.
I could just come over to you. I hold your wrist, or when Dave broke his or like,
Mm-hmm.
tore his knee, I just touch Dave's knee. I had to touch it to physically touch whatever, like your chest, whatever. I don't think get crazy about it.
You know what I'm thinking?
Don't stop. Don't
You know what
stop.
I'm
I know exactly.
I
what you're
can't.
thinking.
I can't heal your ED. Anyways, I placed my hand in a
was
non-threatening
right there.
in a non
It was right there.
in a non-threatening manner on your shoulder, and I can heal whatever ails you.
Yeah.
Right. So I could. But here's the thing. So to make money off of that, I just go to like any professional sport, and I'm like, oh, dude, Tua Tagovailoa or whatever.
Yeah.
He's got a concussion or whatever. Like, check this out, bro. I touch his head.
No
He's
concussion.
instantly healed. I'm like, all right, you guys pay me X amount of money. You get to keep all your superstars on the field. So I make money that way. And then in my free time, I just go to like children's hospitals.
Working
and
pro bono.
Yeah, and I go to children's hospitals and I heal children.
Hey,
I love that.
That's a great
That's
one.
how I spend my time. I
love that.
The
That's a great
NFL
one.
is better because all the starters and stars are
That's
out
what
there,
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
and I'm healing children.
There you go. You got caught on board.
There we go.
He's on
I'm
board
I'm like
now.
a dog. I'm like a dog on a
nice.
bone. Just like, did you say football? Did you
Yeah.
say football? Yeah, football.
There you go.
No, that's a great one. That's a great one.
That's how it's been my time.
There's no arguments for me. That's
But
great. Yeah.
I could only go back in 24 hours.
You can only do it 1 hour.
I could only heal one person a day, and then they had to be under the age of no. I'm not.
Under the age of 18.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Has
Kyrie
to be
Irving
born in North America.
towards ACL. You'd be like, not anymore. He's
no,
back.
He's
Yeah.
back, bro.
yeah.
No, that's a good one. I like that
Not
one.
injured at all.
Yeah.
I like
All
the
right,
pro
number
bono
one.
work too.
Yeah.
That was
So-
good. So what do we think about mind reading? Because I was like, this is good, but then I'm like,
No, I don't
kind of
want it.
useless, and also I don't really want to do
No,
that.
I don't want it. I don't want it at all.
I-
I don't want any part of that. I don't want any part of reading your thoughts. I just
No.
feel like that would, at first you'd be like, oh, this is tight. And then you'd be like, wait, I can't, like everyone is thinking crazy things.
What if you could turn it on
Yes.
and off though?
that, I would
mean-
obviously be better.
But also still like
I still
like
think you'd, that,
time travel, look future. Like there's other ways to go about it.
yeah. And I think that privacy invasion, like you would just be able to like anybody. I think you would just
I'm with Dave.
eventually be like,
I
don't know.
I would hate to like be around you. Would you even be able to have friends?
No.
Yeah,
like
you wouldn't.
right? Because anybody
well, yeah.
would be just like
Anyone
oh,
has a shitty thought sometimes.
Did
Yeah,
he get
yeah.
fat?
Right.
Like, has he been eating a lot lately? And you're just like, I'm over here talking about like, yeah, dude, like, what mower did you just buy? And you're like, oh, that guy put on like 15 pounds. So I went to Lowe's and I got the new John Deere, and you're just like,
Right.
what, bro? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
you know, like you would hear
Yep.
the people's worst
Right.
thoughts.
Yeah.
100%.
And I wouldn't want to hear that all day.
No, it would ruin your life. I think it would ruin your life
Yeah.
eventually. Mhm.
That'd just be torture.
There's obviously ways to exploit it. You can easily make money in myriad ways.
Oh,
you
you'd be
know,
the world's greatest detective.
but just like
Right, an
a lawyer,
interrogation room.
interrogation, yeah, all these things.
Close deals.
But yeah, your personal life would be terrible.
Divorce attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to prove it. Just because you can read their thoughts doesn't mean you can like prove it in a court of law. You know.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, I don't care
think
enough to get
I
into
think that
this
would be
one.
a terrible.
I think we all agree that would
Yeah.
suck.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
What's our timestamp at? I have another question.
146, but you know that's with the beginning stuff and stuff like that.
You want to save it? Is it good?
No,
Is it good? Different topic or is it on the same topic?
totally different topic.
Okay.
Totally
Okay.
different topic.
Why don't you holster it? Because we're at a good time.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
a good time to stop.
All right,
but-
fine.
Yeah.
You guys are tired
Well-
of me. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm sick of your arguments today. Sick of them.
Surprisingly. Yeah, we had some good banter.
Yeah.
Today.
Oh,
I didn't know how this one was gonna go. I thought it might just be like, oh, that'd be sick if you could hold your breath for an hour.
Yeah. Well, at first I'm like, I'm not a big superhero guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you also grow up. At least I did. Just
Well, that's why
daydreaming of like, oh, that'd
Yeah.
be tight.
But I don't like the
that'd be
premise of like superhero powers. I like superhuman abilities.
Yeah.
So next time, here's what I want to talk about. Next time, I want to talk about what superhero is the best hero and why.
The best or your favorite? Or both?
Your favorite, or why you think he's the best,
Oh, okay.
or like maybe he's like for I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You just want to talk about this one superhero.
I just found this one guy that's like sick.
Okay.
I also I had like animal topics I want to talk about, but we're gonna do that next time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a good one. We got some good.
I can't
good
believe
back
we
and
kicked
forth.
it off. I thought Gorillas was gonna be a no-brainer,
No.
dude.
Yeah.
I
some
me
good
as
stuff.
well. Me as well.
All
But
right, well,
I'm going to not sneeze and go back in time and do a better podcast.
Yeah, dude. I wanna be able to- if I dropped a wrench or something in my car, I can go grab it.
Go grab it. And Kong can turn to stone.
at least my shit's useful, dude.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
not.
Fill the
No
A gap,
way.
bro.
Dude, as usefulness, yours is easily the least useful. Turning to stone is easily out of all of them. Like if my superhero powers versus your superhero powers, you're getting dusted. It's over.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking
my
about
5
playing
powers?
humans in the NFL.
Dude, my 5. So if I was a superhero with my 5 abilities, bro, I can. Oh,
No, I think where you go with this is
Speaking of the mic,
the power of Juggernaut from X-Men, right? Like he can't be stopped once he moves like a centimeter, nobody can stop like his like trajectory force, right? So that's a guy like you won't be able to tackle him.
Yeah.
Look up the Juggernaut later.
I'm
And that
just
is
saying,
the greatest.
like,
that is the
I say
greatest football
stone
running back ever.
because that's how my meathead brain thinks.
Yeah.
I am immovable for the blink of an eye. It's like literally at the moment of contact, he's running full speed. I'm running full speed. I win 100% of the time.
You killed him, probably.
No, but he's very
immovable.
badly injured.
Okay, great.
We're into the 4th and 5th string running backs, dude. Yes.
Dude, again, so I can have
Dick Butkus looks up to me.
I have telekinesis, I have a healing factor, I have perfect memory, teleportation, and I can reverse time. You're all dusted. You're dusted. Even if you get into a battle.
Yeah, I might say yes, except you're going reversing time to read a book, dude.
And learn the guitar.
And learn the guitar.
Yeah. But if I wanted to fight you, also, if I lose, I can go back.
Yeah, dude. But I have time travel or the future, telekinesis, flying, super speed, and turning into stone. Standard maximum, dude. Ant-Man over here.
I can grab a rock and turn it into a golden nugget.
That's right. I forgot about that one, actually. I thought I could sign that. I
I
forgot
can turn
that
your
one.
Wendy's 5-piece dude
All right,
into.
let's sign off, dude.
All right. This is a good one.
Don't take your
boys.
headphones off.
All right. We'll see you next time.